There you go.
We talking
Gang.
virtual shit? Oh, we on? All right. Yo. Hi. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever it is when you're listening to us. You know who it is. It's your boy Rick Rob. And we are back like we never left. Number 81, season 3, part 2. 10 cents boys.
Gang.
We in the building. Gang, gang.
Gang.
What's happening? What's today? January
Gang.
9th? Man, it's the second week of January already. It feels like it's been long, but at least no wild shit has happened, right? The Capitol is still intact. Ain't nobody done too much too crazy. That would make sense this morning. White people leave us alone in hotels. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyways, we're moving forward. Let's get to the NFL, right? We got a lot of playoff scenarios. It's week 18. We can tap into what happened last night.
Real quick, Rick, let me say something real quick. This is episode 81. This might be
Yes.
the AB episode, dog. I'm just saying. This might be the AB episode. This might be.
I was gonna say
Might be.
the KB episode, but I mean, I get it. You know,
The AB episode. I'm just saying.
Hey man, when I think of 81, you know where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I'm in Toronto. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so it's all right. This might be crazy like that because that nigga is wild. We'll get to that though. We'll get to that. So week 18, man, we had a couple games last night which caught me off guard. KC, Denver, Dallas, and Philly. I didn't tap into the Philly game, but I did watch the KC game for a minute. I don't know what that says about my fanhood or my realistic expectations. Either way,
I think you're slowly becoming a KC fan.
slowly they got Andy Reid and Mahomes, homie.
Right. And it's your girl's, isn't your girl's name Casey?
Baby mama. Why are we putting the real names out though? Why
Not Casey. I meant Eddie.
Too late. Too late.
Those are-
She have be stalked or something. You know what I'm saying? Forget it. But yeah, man, KC and Denver. Takeaways from that? Big Fangio's gone.
Denver.
Yeah,
Denver
Big
sucks.
Fangio's gone.
Well, yeah, he got fired this morning, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He was let go.
RIP.
But
Didn't even make it to Monday.
like we talked about, Denver actually played pretty decent last night, man. Drew Lock actually surprised me. Like
We
I've
see him
never
as a
been
quarterback going forward.
no. He's
Right.
still
No,
I still
but-
think he's a backup ultimately, but and he'll be a good backup. You know, it's not like the game doesn't fall off if he comes in. That's what you
there
want
was-
in a backup, but
There was something interesting I noticed last night at the end of the game, and I don't know if y'all peeped. But the quarterback coach for Kansas City was talking to Drew like quite a bit, and I was like, it made me think. I was like, yo, what if? Because I think Drew's like, I mean, his rookie contract, isn't he in that like? I mean, I forget how. it
Like
is.
1 or 2 years left in his rookie contract, I think.
Right to where like
They have to
Kansas City
decide
can
soon if
poach
they
him.
want to pick up that fifth option. Yeah.
yeah, like Kansas City could poach him and be like, yo, all right, here goes a serviceable backup to Mahomes.
right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't need him to do anything. And he's solid enough to run our 2 offense in practice, you know what I'm saying, and make it look a little bit more competitive than who do they have right now? Is it McCown? No. It was somebody.
I don't know who it is.
It was like
I don't know
Kansas
who
City.
it is.
Chad
Oh, it's
Henne. It was
older-
something
he played-
crazy.
he played in Miami. I can't remember his name either though.
Was it Henny? It could be.
Might have been Henny.
It might be Henny. Yeah.
It might be.
I remember looking, it was that one where Patrick went out and I was like, yo, hold on, they still had this dude?
Mhm.
Yeah, well, it's got to be Henny then, because Henny's been
Hey.
around for a while.
I can't believe he's still in the
It is
league.
Henny.
Shoot.
It
Yeah,
is
Hey,
Henny.
See?
when you said
How-
when you said it was the
14
coach, was
years
it
in
the
the league.
quarterback coach or was it the offensive coordinator?
He's
I
a
thought it was the
quarterback
quarterback coach. Was it the
Was
OC?
it, quar- was it
Well,
a
the
black,
OC
bald
would be
black
the
the
enemy, right?
Nah, it wasn't.
Yeah,
It was
it wasn't
a white
Bieniemy.
dude.
Oh, okay.
Nah.
I'll say, what if Denver poached Bieniemy?
That's another thing.
Because
right?
I mean, they needed a coach regardless if Fangio was there or not, because he ain't the
Yeah.
answer.
Well,
But it just shows you, yesterday's game shows you how talented Broncos are actually. Like
They
their
actually
team
have some
is.
players. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why they went after Rodgers. They got Rodgers. They would have been a Super Bowl contender this
for
year.
sure.
That defense is underrated. Aaron Rodgers throwing to Judy, was
All
it
the receivers are
Hamner or
pretty
something
good.
like that? Yeah,
Sutton.
Noah
Yeah.
Fant, Sutton.
Portland
Yeah,
Suns.
so
I'm looking at it through a different lens. I agree with everything that you guys said. My thing is this: is anybody afraid of the Chiefs anymore? I'm not afraid. Like their offense,
Not like
I don't know what's going on
before.
with their offense. It's
Yeah,
not
not
that
like
same
before.
offense, and it tells me that the AFC is wide open. I feel like the NFC,
Mhm.
whoever comes out of the NFC, is going to have the decided advantage in the Super Bowl.
Well,
That's all
I think the key thing with the Chiefs is if you slow down Kelsey, that's
Yeah.
it seems like then that's when the Chiefs have issues on offense. If you can take away that crutch, even if Hill goes off, I mean, because Hill is Hill, right? He's so quick and whatnot. But if you shut down Kelsey or you can take him out of the game or limit him, I think that's when you know you have a solid chance. Because Mahomes just doesn't seem like Mahomes either. He's throwing a lot of balls that are still in the dirt, 3-4 yards away from guys, low at their feet. It's just there might be something going on with him that nobody knows about, shoulder, rib, something. I don't know.
Well, they may get
Wilson
bounced in the
effect?
first round if Hill and Kelsey are both hobbled,
Or even
depending
COVID,
on
right?
what their first round matchup
Yeah.
is. What's
COVID
that?
might mess them up. Even COVID.
Yeah,
You know,
even-
one of those
Yeah,
guys get
anything's
COVID.
possible.
true.
They're in trouble.
Yeah.
I agree. I think the main thing for Kansas City, I'm not worried about their offense whatsoever. It's their defense, and their defense is way
It's
suspect.
terrible.
But it's been
And-
suspect
It's been
though.
good. It's been good the
Well,
last few
It's
weeks.
been
though.
better. It's been
It's been
better.
better, yeah.
It has been better, but I feel like at the end of the day, I think Mahomes. Maybe it's an injury, but I think he had so much success early on that
Mhm.
that pressure of continued success, and then when the defense isn't necessarily performing. Last night, the last couple of drives that Denver had, they had that one where they got down to what is it, like the 10-yard line, and then Gordon fumbled.
Yep.
Gordon fumbled,
Gordon.
and then
yeah.
literally
He
they
got separated.
three plays, they were right back in that same spot. You know what I'm saying? So like
Mhm.
that type of stuff has pretty much been the story for the Kansas City defense all season. And
Yeah.
I feel like when Mahomes sees that, it's like extra pressure for him to make some things happen. And with Kansas City's offense, the one thing that I will say that I've seen is that I feel like last year, even though Sammy Watkins wasn't great, he was good
Mhm.
enough to really be a viable 3 option. And right now they sort of have very interchangeable 3 options, and they don't have a running game. So that puts a lot more pressure on Pat, and I feel like he feels that, and that's what is happening. He's pressing, whereas the game used to be a lot more fun, a lot more easy, a lot more fluid, and he flourishes in that, I guess, like anybody else would, right?
Was
But-
Sammy
I wonder if they
Watkins
also,
there last
I wonder
year?
if they also,
He
go ahead.
was. Yeah, he went to the Ravens this year, I think it was. Or
Yeah.
wherever
I wonder
he's
if they
at.
also
He was a Raven this
feel
year,
like, I wonder if they're actually starting to realize, like, being in the NFL is hard. You know how sometimes if you win a
Yeah.
lot early, you're kind of like, oh, this is easy.
Mhm.
I get the Super Bowl and the AFC Championship. And now maybe it's starting to like, damn. maybe it's
i.e.
not as easy
Russell
as I
Wilson.
thought.
Well, that's
Yes.
what that's. I
True.
think to Renee's point, he wasn't Pat on LeBron's shop show or whatever it's called,
Mhm.
and then he was like, "Dog, I barely started learning how to read defenses in the NFL." But then
Yeah,
your
no
first
point.
season, you're the MVP. You're dropping 50 touchdowns in your first season,
Yeah.
and then you're the Super Bowl champions the next season. The Super Bowl the third season. It's like, what else do I need to do? Why do I need to get better? Type thing.
One other thing to think about, and I don't know how relevant this is, but I think I alluded to it in the group text, is about people getting paid too, and how the performance after that is never the same. I don't know to what extent that plays a part, but it feels like the more I think about it, because I didn't buy into it at first, but the more I think about it,
Mhm.
it seems to bear out over time.
But
Yeah.
I think
No,
what
you're right.
happens is they get the money and then they start getting more interest too, right? They start to do other things with their money. They get involved in other things. They see a guy like LeBron and Kobe, doing other things outside of the sport.
Yeah.
And then they start to
Mhm.
think that they can do the same thing or that they need to do the same thing. So
Yeah, it's a tough go this era, right?
Yeah.
Like back the older eras, what you have to worry about? Floozies at your hotel, you know what I'm saying? But now you got floozies at your hotel, in your DMs, social media, everybody's talking to you one
Airplanes.
way or the other.
Licking toilets.
Like it's yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for him,
Hey,
his
man.
brother, you know what I mean? Brother be
his
acting
brother.
out.
That's
Oh
right.
my god, his
I
brother.
forgot about that.
his
Yeah.
his
But some-
wife.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
brother be acting up, man. You got to send him home. Acting.
Oh yeah, he'd be tripping.
All right, let's go to the next game. Dallas and Philadelphia. Y'all tap into that?
Yeah, y'all got
Watch.
Yeah, I
smacked.
did.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
we didn't
was
play
watching it
each
for
starters, but
hot
yeah, we
minutes.
got smacked. Like Kelsey's
I mean,
record was extended, which is
Yeah.
a nice
Do
little
we really take
consolation
something away from
prize.
that?
he
Some-
is I'll say that he is by far your guys' best player.
Oh yeah,
Chelsea?
for sure.
Yes.
Sure.
He's number one.
Most
He's-
important, yeah, for sure.
He's the most important. That's a
Most
better way to
important,
say
yeah.
it. Most important
Yeah.
player, because that
Yeah.
dude is a beast on the line,
Mhm.
and the way he plays, he expects everybody to play. So,
Yeah.
and he puts the pressure on everybody to play that way. That's the kind of guy that you want,
especially
on
our,
your team,
especially our line,
especially,
yeah.
especially for offensive linemen.
Mhm.
But I don't know, man. We'll see.
Devonta Smith breaking Jackson's
yeah.
record yesterday,
That was
which was a nice little consolation prize.
yeah, for
Well,
sure.
Nah,
Other than
nah.
that- other
It
than
took him
that-
18. Took him 17 games instead of 16. Doesn't count.
I'm mad at Jalen. I'm mad at Jalen, so I'm boycotting the Eagles because he played like crap last week and no championship for me. The end.
Oh,
Mm,
oh, that's
mm.
right. You had your championship
That's right.
game last week. You didn't do well.
feel like
Bob,
crap
how'd
last
you do in
week?
your
We
championship
We
game?
called you the champ
So
beforehand.
at the end of the night, I was up by 3 points. In the
And
morning, somehow 3 points got removed from my score, and I ended up
Ooh, you
losing by like
didn't make
point
it.
something points. That's
Damn, for real, that's
Mm.
cold.
you know what
That's
happens
Yeah.
sometimes is they have to do the adjustments for the total yards and whatnot.
This
This is
Sometimes
so
they're
this is why y'all
they're
want-
trying to
this-
they're trying to
don't
do it
show the
real time.
scores.
Yeah,
Don't
but
show
they're
the
trying to do
scores.
it real time, and then
Then don't show the scores.
Was that like a
So y'all-
I was
$700
popping
swing,
champagne
Bob?
like I won a championship,
Right?
and then I was crying the next morning.
Was that a $700
This-
swing?
Renee, this makes so much sense. This
Yeah.
is why they were lobbying so much for second place prizes.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah, this is why.
Everyone lobby for second place. Nah,
Yeah,
man.
I mean, what is why? Yeah, this makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like Bob's hopes was hella up when he went to sleep, and then
you couldn't
know.
take a
Yep.
lot. You couldn't take a lot away from last night, like you guys said. Eagles didn't really play a lot of
Mm.
starters.
Yeah, they
or
didn't
if they
play
did,
Hurts
it
either,
was
right?
well. Hertz was out. He's got an ankle. They're trying to heal
Oh,
that
okay.
up anyways for the
Mhm.
playoffs. But the good thing for my team is they played and they clicked again. I don't care if it was against the second team. You want some type of momentum going into the playoffs, and knowing that we don't have a bye anyways, it was good because the previous week they didn't look so hot on offense. So I don't know. We'll see. Everything's still up in the air. I mean, beginning of the season, I
Yeah,
was
there
like
wasn't.
9-7, or 9-8 was what I thought. So the fact that we're 12-5, I'll take it for right now. But
All right. Well,
Anyways.
Yeah, there really wasn't much to say about both games. Dak's the new single season, was it touchdown leader for
Touchdown.
their
for
team
the
now.
Cowboys, yeah. But
Once
Okay,
again,
I-
17
Yeah.
games instead of 16.
once
True.
again,
but he also
I
threw 5 TDs in the
first half.
in the time that he played.
Yeah.
So
The whole game.
I do root for Dak. I will say that. I don't care. Man, that ankle injury was crazy. I do root for that
Mhm.
brother. So that's good. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
so
Shout out to
it's a
Dak.
possibility that the Dallas play Eagles again, correct? Possibly.
correct.
Yep.
Yep,
Mhm.
that is a possibility.
Yeah, and so let's get
Now,
to
would there be a possibility of the Niners playing the Rams again
Yes.
somehow? I want that. That's what I want.
that. Okay.
I want
You
to see
want
them
back to back
back.
weeks?
Yep.
Well, I mean, let's jump into what's happening today. I mean, so in order for that to happen, you guys have to win today.
Yeah,
That's
Rams.
that's first things
If we-
first.
Yeah, so if we win today, we're in. If we lose, we need the Saints to lose, so we're in.
But I think if you guys win, you guys. Oh well, yeah. I guess you guys still could play us.
If
If
we
you
win-
guys,
if-
Renee, if you guys lose though, do you still have, and the Saints lose, then you're still in. But would you then
Correct.
still be the 6th seed? Do you have like a tiebreaker still with the Eagles?
Philly.
Now the Eagles would be the 6th seed and we'd be the 7th seed.
Got it.
I think it goes by division, the division record.
Yeah.
That's what we're
Not
looking
even
at.
that. Eagle,
Okay.
Oh no, we beat the Eagles actually, yeah.
Mhm.
But I'm hoping that we could see the Rams back to back weeks. That'd be awesome.
We'll see.
So,
A lot of
Let's see how you
NFC
guys
West.
do.
A lot of NFC West in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's see
Yeah.
how you guys do today. Because
Well, there's a chance too, right? Like if you guys do win, you guys are the 6th seed. If the Cardinals win, then you either play the Bucks or the Cardinals.
Yeah, I don't want them.
Mhm.
I heard there's nothing good with ducking anybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm just
Right.
just so you know.
Yeah, because if the Rams lose, Cardinals win, and Bucks win, who's got the 2 seed? Is it the Cardinals or the Bucks?
The
Uh,
Bucks should have it because they have the tiebreaker over Dallas, right?
No, but I'm saying if the Bucks and the Cardinals both win, Cardinals end up the number 1 seed out of the West, right?
Right.
They win the division, but who then is the 2 seed? Is it the Bucks or is it the Cardinals? Because they both have the same record.
It might be if we beat the Rams. Well, it still might be the Rams because Rams are 1 game better than the Cardinals right now. So I don't
No,
know
but
how
he's
that
saying
division-
No, but I'm
if
saying
we
if
lose,
if the
the
Rams lose
and you guys and
the Cardinals
win,
and Bucks win, who is the 2 seed?
Yeah,
because
That's
the
what I'm
Cardinals
saying.
would be
The Rams could still possibly be the 2 seed because they'll have the same record as the
not
Cardinals.
No,
if we lose.
not if they
not if they
lose.
lose.
He's
I'm saying if they
we
lose.
Damn.
If
they
we
Yeah,
lose and the
lose-
Cardinals win the division. So we're not even in the top 4.
right? They
You
would
guys beat the
become-
Rams twice?
bro.
Listen, man.
It wouldn't
listen.
matter.
Pay
If
attention.
we lose and the Cardinals
you get a
win,
whooping.
the Cardinals win the division.
So they're in the top 4.
So they're the yeah.
It means the Rams
Not
would
the
be the
whooping.
5th seed. In it because of the record.
For you
If-
young niggas out there, a whooping
If
is
grandma
what
had,
we all
anyway,
got.
I'm not going.
Yeah,
But that's the
don't
new
go
year.
there.
I'm
Don't
not
go
gonna go
there.
there.
Yeah.
All right.
Push it. Push it.
So
Yeah,
hold on.
this wasn't-
Let's just talk seeding scenarios real quick. All right. So NFC playoff spot. Saints clinch with the win and 49ers loss. Like we said, 49ers clinch with the win or Saints loss. The race for the NFC West title, the Cardinals clinch with an NFC West win and the Rams lose. Rams clinch the NFC West with a win or a Cardinals loss. So once again, if Cardinals and Rams both win, Rams are up. Ravens. Oh, I forgot that they had a chance. Ravens clinch with a win and a Colts loss and a Chargers loss and a Dolphins loss.
There's a lot
That's a lot of
going on.
A lot of
Sound like
ends.
a-
A lot of ends.
That sounds like a grandma.
Yeah, if his
Ravens are
grandma's
out.
ready, you might as well leave it
Right,
alone
Ravens
at
are
this
done.
point.
Ravens are out.
Oh my God. Ravens re-signed Joe Flacco. Colts clinch with a win
that's funny.
or a Steelers loss and a Chargers loss and a Dolphins win. No, just win. That's all the coach should worry about. Raiders. Oh God. Damn, the AFC ones. So the
Yeah,
Raiders
they're
clinch
crazy.
with a win or tie and Colts loss or a Colts loss and a Steelers loss.
So
Yeah,
you know, if the
scenario.
Colts lose and the Chargers and Raiders win or tie, they're both in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
That's
weird.
that was where I was gonna get at. Chargers clinch with a win or a tie, and then Steelers somehow are in the mix, and they clinch with a win and a Colts loss, and Chargers Raiders doesn't end in a tie.
Sure.
Okay,
A
so
lot going on.
to the next thing. The race for the
that was
AFC #1
silly.
seed in the first round bye. The Titans easily get that with the win. And the Chiefs need the Titans to lose. So that's really as simple as that one goes. The AFC East title is
Just add
Bills
water.
clinch, right? Bills clinch with the win or a Patriots loss. Patriots clinch with the win and the Bills loss. Flip flop.
Got it.
Which
like
is
it.
crazy. Can y'all
Mhm.
believe that the Patriots are back in this mix?
Mhm.
Mac Jones.
I'm not shocked.
Nope.
Mac
I'm not
Jones.
shocked.
Yes, I can with Belichick. I can believe they're back in the mix.
Yeah, I'm not. It's
Yeah.
the Patriots.
Mac Jones, man. Jesus Christ.
Game
Hey, shout out to
manager,
Mac Jones.
ultimate game manager.
Yeah. Shout out to
Yeah.
Mac
Who?
Jones.
He had
Mac
3 passes
Jones.
against the Bills in the first game. That's just insane.
Yeah. So
That wasn't the first time that happened.
at all. So who's gonna win? Let's just do a quick rapid fire and then we'll jump to the
quick
college football
question.
game.
A quick
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Quick question. As competitors, we're all competitors in here, right? If the Colts lost and you're the Raiders coach,
I knew you were going to ask
And
that
the
because I was
Chargers
going to ask
coach-
that. Get out of my head. I knew you were going to ask
hey,
that.
are we sitting at the table like, hey, it was good, bro?
I knew
Like,
you were
know
gonna
if
ask
we
that.
beat you, if we beat you, you not in. Well, if you beat you not in, do you want to tie?
I'm
Like-
I mean, I would be surprised if that's a conversation.
Oh,
at this
you-
place.
Yeah,
You
I'm
talking
just
Raiders-
The coach of the
Raiders,
Chargers already
Chargers?
said that they're
Yeah.
not trying to tie.
Let's
I
tie,
guess my
baby. How about
question
that?
is-
That's what they saying outwardly.
That's what it
Right,
sounds
right,
good.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true, Rick.
My question is, the Colts played before them.
Mm-hmm.
They got
I
the
think
last
so.
game.
Twice?
Yeah.
Raiders Chargers is the Sunday night game.
Right.
Oh, that's
Oh.
even better. So they definitely will not.
They'll know.
Hey,
Hey,
big
Hey,
Coach
man.
lost, dog. Let's go ahead and just take 15 kneel downs and call it a
Mhm.
day.
Yeah, nah, I'm having fun with that. Why not? It's
But
But
crazy
like
times.
Ramon said, as a competitor, would you want to tie?
So that we're both in.
I'm in.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
I,
no.
I'm not
Do
going
you
to say
want to
no
see
if
your
I'm trying to
division
make it to the
opponent in the
playoffs.
playoffs?
If I'm
I was
trying to see
watching.
the
I was
playoffs,
watching the news, like
might-
the Charger local news, and this is Raider week, so it's I can't imagine. Like it's like whoever your biggest rival is, do you go and kiss the ring? I'm like, no, screw it. I
I
can't.
don't know. I
Hey,
might tie for
man.
the greater good. For the greater
Have you
good,
not
might need to
seen
tie.
rivals come together and be like, look, we got a bigger common enemy. Let's
Yeah.
just
Well,
run it for this time.
look, if Philly and Dallas were in that scenario, would they tie?
It wouldn't
a
even
different
no,
thing.
We wouldn't even.
Oh, that's what
no,
I'm
we
saying.
wouldn't
Like,
even
you
think
wouldn't want
about
them?
no.
Yeah.
Hey, if
That's
the
not
Bloods and
happening.
Crips can come together, I guess
Say
anything
it.
could happen.
Exactly.
I'm saying,
I guess same thing could
Okay.
happen. You're right.
If it was the Rams
if the
and Niners,
cousins
I'd
and
be
the
like, let's
Buds can
this
get
tied.
wait.
together, you
But wait,
know?
the Raiders and Chargers are tying to keep who out of the playoffs?
Doesn't matter.
to
The
get
Colts
in.
keep themselves in.
The
So they can
Colts.
both
It's
get
to get
in.
themselves in.
Well, yeah, but one of them gets in, right?
No,
No, they
both of
both
them
if
get
they
it.
tie
If
and
the Colts
Colts
lose,
Only if the Colts lose.
if the Colts
Yes.
lose, right?
Right.
And
right.
they
They'll
tie,
know.
they
What we're
both
saying
get
is
in.
they'll know going into Sunday night's
Right,
game what the
right.
scenario is.
But don't they still have to worry about the Steelers having a better record?
No, the Steelers.
No.
The Steelers can't have a
No.
tie.
Steelers cannot have a tie. That was like
Gotcha.
their. That's like their. That's like.
Oh,
their
because
final
they'd have the same
caveat.
record. They'd all have the same record. They'd all be 9-7-1.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
the
All
Raiders
right. So
beat the
let's
Steelers.
talk real quick, rapid fire. Rams 49ers. Who we got?
Niners.
Rams.
I
Niners.
need the Niners. I
Rams.
need the Niners.
Niners. I need the
got
Niners.
Rams. I got the
Niners.
Rams.
Niners.
All right.
to know, baby.
Cards Seahawks.
Cardinals.
Cards, Seahawks.
Cards.
It's
I
in,
know you-
it's in Arizona, right?
Is
It's
JJ
in
Watt playing?
Arizona.
Yeah,
No,
no,
He's
no.
not playing.
No,
He's
JJ
only
Watt's
playing
not
in the
going.
playoffs?
He's gonna return, but he's not
Yeah,
playing this week.
He's not playing.
No.
this
Okay.
week.
Rick, hold
I
on.
still-
I know you said
it's-
you wanted rapid fire.
I
but
need Seattle.
I need a minute and a half for this, please.
Fine.
'Cause I need to talk about. I need
You
to
want
talk
final
about the
word
plight
instead?
of a Cardinal fan. And Bob, you can.
Whoa.
This ain't all of them. This is you.
Okay, as a Cardinal fan, we are the proverbial, Charlie Brown, right? Like we feel there's some years where we
You're
feel like
so
we're actually going to
stupid.
kick the football, and we don't. That being said, initially when we started this thing, what did I say? I will
Yeah.
ride with the Cardinals if Kyler and D Hop get us to the playoffs. I said that, right?
Yeah.
Kyler did held up his.
You
end of
said
the
win
bargain.
in the playoffs, actually.
No. I said if they get us to the playoffs. Kyler, for the most part, did his part. D-Hop to a lesser degree. That being said, I know how we work. I think we should win this game. I'm cautiously
You're gonna
pessimistic
win.
that we won't.
You could just say it's a division game, and you're
It
kind
is
of
a
nervous.
division
Well,
game.
that's-
This
that's
is
a-
a
that's
game
the
we
thing.
have to win. But look at our team. Look, you like
have to
whenever we
win
were
this game?
supposed to win, we don't win. When we're not supposed to win, we win. So I don't know.
I don't think
You
you
know-
have to win. You,
I mean,
nothing
you
to play
guys-
for.
Yeah, you guys. If you don't win, it's fine. I mean, D Hop
Well,
will be
if-
back next week, healthy.
If we don't want to have to go to Green Bay in the divisional round, we got to win.
Do you feel that
Actually,
much more
as a-
confident if Green? If,
you go into
if
Green
they
Bay
were to play
regardless,
you
because
guys?
you're not going to have the same record as them. So if
Right.
you ever
I'd
meet them
rather
in
do
the
that
playoffs, you're
in the
going there.
championship game when there more people could get COVID than in the divisional game when they're probably going to smack us.
That
Yeah,
might
but
be
you
your
could
team
still
getting
get
COVID.
COVID,
That
too.
might be
Hey.
your team get COVID.
We roll the
Y'all
dice.
do
That's
it.
how we
Hey,
roll.
hey, Jamal will take the tie.
I'll take that.
Jamal will take the tie.
but I just want to say, as of right now, if things didn't change, you wouldn't be going to Green Bay. You'd be going to Dallas.
If we're what seed? Though?
But he-
You're
No, in the
saying
first
this
round,
right now.
regardless. He's
No,
talking
right.
about the next round. He's
No,
talking
right,
about the next round.
right. If we're the
Okay.
two
Hey, you
seed,
wanna
though,
go to
if we're the
Dallas.
2 seed,
Yeah,
they got to come. Whoever they got to come to us.
I got you.
Right, you'd be home.
I
with
got
the
you.
2 seed.
Right.
In the
Yes.
first round,
Hey.
yeah.
The first round.
If
Well,
the Niners,
the
if the
second round,
Niners
you may
play
go somewhere
Dallas
else.
or
But
the
we don't
Rams
have to
in
go
the
to Green
first
Bay in the
round,
second round.
we make
If we're
it to the
the
second
2
round.
seed.
That's why I think the Rams are going to win. Because we don't
Yeah,
want
I
to
mean,
go to Green
as a-
Bay.
as a-
Nobody
Right
wants to go to
now-
Green Bay. It's too damn cold.
Niners play the Bucks.
But if you were going to
Uh,
go to Green Bay, first week is
better go
probably
early, right?
better than it is later.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
it's
Isn't it
better go
snowing there
early.
now? Isn't it snowing there now?
I don't know, man.
Snow it
Probably.
It's
is.
gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. So
Global
it's snowing
warming.
Yeah,
now.
it's gonna
only
get
gonna
worse.
All over around.
-10 versus -20.
Yeah.
It's
There's a
Do
difference.
you guys
There's a
think
difference.
that the news coming out of Seattle this morning that Russ will be there next year, but Pete Carroll, we'll see. Is that extra motivation in that game?
I don't know about
Or
the
who
game for
thinks
me
so?
personally, but
Seahawks?
I don't understand that
Yeah, for Seattle.
narrative. Like, why are we getting rid of Pete and Russ? Like,
They're
don't
not.
just
They're
change
gonna
things.
still be
Don't just
together
change.
next
Don't
week
just
or
change
next
things
year.
to change things. I don't understand. That's stupid to me. But
I don't think Russ is leaving, but I think
No,
it's
Russ,
the
no,
right
they
neither
said,
of
they
them
said
are.
Russ is going to be there. They said Russ is staying.
Yeah, but I think the bigger thing is getting him and DK back on the same page. What's going on with that dynamic?
I don't understand that.
DK
They should
sucks.
be.
Nope.
Yeah,
DK,
DK 's not that
is
good.
about
DK
he's
does-
following
DK
the
doesn't
Antonio
suck.
Brown. Yeah,
no,
We'll get
DK
to
doesn't
that.
suck. He's not that good, but whatever.
DK is not a top 10 receiver.
I
I'll tell
don't
you
want to
that.
get into this conversation. I know where you're going
Okay,
with this, Renee.
DK has top 10.
I know he's super talented.
Okay,
I know
all
he's
right. At least say
talented, but
that
his
he got
performance
top 10
doesn't
talent.
show.
He got top 10
Yeah,
talent.
he's got talent. I
Oh,
give you
I
that,
know
but
where-
he doesn't perform like it.
All right.
I remember the conversation last
Yeah.
year when I
Yeah.
told you guys he was the best potentially. I get it. Yeah. All right. Moving forward. Saints Panthers. What do we think is going to happen in Saints Panthers?
Saints
Panthers
Panthers?
with the
Isn't it
dub.
Saints Falcons?
Is it Saints Falcons?
It is
Why
Saints
did it say
Falcons.
Panthers?
Because you're looking the wrong week.
Yeah.
Yeah, low key post.
Did I fuck that up?
It's a word from our sponsors.
Do we really care? Is anybody watching that game?
No,
No.
But the Saints are going
It's
to
the
win because they
Saints-
need to
it
win
has some
tonight to have a
implications.
shot.
the only one that will watch it potentially is the guy who will put a flag out in front of his house if they win.
Speaking of flags, I like how the Cowboys flags are all outside the house now all of a sudden. But that's, that's whatever.
I don't have a cowboy flag. sitting
That's the
outside
thing that
my
gets me
house.
about y'all. Where are y'all at when y'all losing? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't see
Hey,
it nowhere.
all-
All of a
all
sudden,
I'm
y'all win a
saying
couple games.
Is I need the Saints to. I'd prefer them to lose. So it does have implications.
Oh,
for
that's
my
right.
team.
Yes,
You
you
got
need
a
the
dog in the
Saints to
fight.
lose.
You got a dog in the
All
fight.
right.
But
All
yeah,
right, well-
Falcons Saints division game. It's at Atlanta. They can mess around and win.
Hey, I
Oh,
will say
and-
this too. Nobody want the Niners are starting to click at the right time. No, they're going to
Yeah.
be dangerous if they get in. They're going to be dangerous.
It
don't
depends
have
on
a
their quarterback
quarterback.
situation, though.
Yeah, they don't
That
have a
too.
quarterback.
No,
I'm
they're
not worried
gonna
about that.
they'll play Jimmy. They'll play Jimmy.
Yeah,
No,
Doug
Jimmy's
Bowles
playing,
was
but-
playing
but-
quarterback
He's
today.
playing, but that thumb is
Yeah.
Yeah.
messed
Oh, I
up.
forgot his thumb's
So-
hurt.
Sidebar on the Panthers. I thought that this was interesting that they're listening to trade offers. They'll be listening to trade offers for Christian McCaffrey, which is
Get
very
him out of
interesting.
He's been
Yeah.
hurt
Well,
too
it's
much,
time.
man.
Yeah.
Get
He's
him
been
out
hurt
of
way
there.
too much.
We should
I
do
know
the same
fantasy
thing with
owners
AD.
are mad at
They're gonna be doing.
Who?
They're gonna be looking
AD,
for
fantasy
quarterback.
owners. They're mad.
Oh,
'Cause he got drafted high.
the Lakers. My bad. I had to think about who you're saying. I
Yeah,
don't know why
my
I
bad,
thought about
my bad.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, no.
The Lakers trade everybody. Anyways, we're off that. But they're 4 in a row, and it's whatever. We'll see. Chargers, Raiders. Actually, I don't know. Let's go Colts, Jags. Do we really think the Colts are going to lose today?
No.
They shouldn't lose. That's
Right.
They gonna
right.
mess around. They gonna mess around and lose.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
said they ain't won
They
over
gonna
there
mess
in
around
like
and
how
lose,
many
dog.
years?
They have it?
They gonna
No, they haven't won in Jacksonville in like a certain amount of years.
Oh, shit.
they gonna mess around and lose.
Wow.
And they gonna
Does
ruin
anybody want to
Sunday Night
bet me that the
Football.
Colts win this one?
No, I
I'm
don't.
good.
I say they
Okay,
win.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Jonathan Taylor for like 200.
I agree, Renee. I agree with that.
So
He's
then,
gonna go
okay. So
off.
then, if the Colts win versus the Jags, then do we really care about Chargers, Raiders, or Ravens, Steelers?
Nope.
Nope.
Not really.
We don't care no more.
Nope.
All right. Do we want to do our 10 cents awards for MVPs and all that? Do we want to run that?
If we can get through it quickly.
Yeah, it's got to
Next
be
week.
quick.
No, next
Let's-
week. Next week.
let's-
Next week.
All right.
Next
We'll
week.
table
I
that.
like that. I like
Let's
that.
talk college football then. Jumping into
Mhm.
Monday's championship.
Next week. Next week. Next week. No, it's fine.
I know, right? This could be
No,
quick.
play.
Alabama, Georgia. Who you
Roll
got?
Tide. Let's keep moving. Roll Tide.
Yeah, roll the tide.
Yeah.
Man, I don't want him to win,
Something-
but I'd like to
No.
see Georgia pull it off. But
I'm going for
I'd
Georgia.
like to see Georgia win, but
Old Saint
They- you know, they swap positions, right? The
Yeah.
last time they played, Georgia was 1 and Alabama was 3. Now
Yeah.
it's the opposite. Who
And
knows?
still
Maybe
got-
they-
they'll-
they're gonna-
they'll-
I think they're gonna swap outcomes. Also, let it just be known that Atlanta
Yeah,
really has had a
exactly.
very good year in sports, minus their football team. So I'm running with it. I'm running with it. Atlanta, let's go, Georgia. Keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. NBA.
yeah,
Lakers.
Flash
win 4 in a
Brothers.
row.
Flash Brothers.
comes
I mean,
back, yeah.
talk about Clay coming back today. I guess.
Clay's coming back. That's
Yeah.
the. I'm tuning in today. I don't know
Yeah,
about
well,
you guys. I'm really excited for that today, and I'm not even a Golden State
Man,
fan like that,
my
man.
thing is fingers crossed that nothing happens.
That's
Right.
what I'm saying, man. I need
It's
to
been
say
2
out
years,
loud.
right?
I'm
It's like-
saying
Been damned. It's going on 3 years, isn't it now?
Is
Yeah.
it 3 now?
Yeah.
if
I
something
got
happens
three.
today, it's over for Clay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Clay too. I want him to have a safe return and stay healthy.
Yeah.
I got 2 quick points about the Lakers, 2 bright spots. I like
All right.
what Malik Monk's doing, and I like how
Yes.
LeBron's
Yes, sir.
playing right now. That's it. That's the only thing I want
Yes,
to say
that's
about the
true.
Lakers.
Well, you know the funny
You don't
thing
like
is
Stanley?
they went to that small ball, right? LeBron playing the center,
LeBron at the 5.
and
Yeah, they're 5-0.
completely different.
Do you
And
see his
Russ-
numbers too? He's like
Russ-
34.
Yeah, he's averaging
yeah,
30 something, right?
8 or
After,
something.
after y'all were talking all that smack about him.
Yeah,
No,
and,
it's just that no. At the end of the day, LeBron
Mhm.
era still sucks. But
and
yeah.
Russ has cut back on the turnovers. He actually had a game
Yeah.
with no turnovers, which was
yeah.
Right?
Amazing.
Hey,
20
Rick,
since
Rick,
2016.
If LeBron brings us
So-
one more championship, I don't want to hear you say LeBron era sucks.
Fine.
He got us a
just
championship.
saying.
What? I don't understand how the era sucks.
He's
Yeah, I
got to
don't
get
even know how
2. He's
it
got to
sucks,
bring
period.
2. He got to bring
Hold
2.
on. Most people can't get one. He already
Okay,
brought
but
you one.
LeBron's not most people though.
Let me. Whoa.
Right, and he brought you one.
Look, I mean, and I know we talked about this. I didn't say we're throwing an asterisk on the bubble year. All right, but from the bubble year to the regular year, and to now,
Injuries.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is why I say the LeBron era is whack. It's supposed to be better than this.
So you'd
Well,
rather. So you'd rather.
dude,
so
we
you'd rather
caught
them
we
kill
caught him
his
when he
time?
was 35. It's
Right.
not like we caught him when he was 27 or 28.
Right, but
So you'd
So
still,
would
you
you- would
still
you have
want
rather
B.I.
kept all the young
Julius and
guys?
Randall?
No.
yes. Yeah.
Who
No,
said
we,
you
because
can't?
we could have
You
had
crazy.
Randall, like Ramon was saying. We could have had Randall. We could have had what's his name?
Well, we had
Yeah.
LeBron. We
Lonzo,
had
B.I.,
LeBron and
Josh
Ingram.
Hart.
Smart, Kuzma.
Wasn't Randall already gone?
No,
He-
but
well,
yeah,
because
Randall
None of
was-
those guys would have developed what
waiting
they were
on-
if they were playing with LeBron.
Okay, but
Look.
another thing to think about all those guys is we wouldn't have been able to pay them all. At some
Caruso.
point, some of those guys would have had to go.
Caruso. Just bring back Caruso.
I'm still not. I mean, I don't know.
He
I'm
played
still not-
hard. I give him that.
He did play hard, but
Caruso and KCP, the two people that really.
So
You
They
mean the
did-
dude who
they-
got blocked by the backboard when he went to the dunk? KCP?
Things happen sometimes.
Okay. No,
JaVale
that's
McGee.
like the first.
Look,
I
hey,
think-
I bring back JaVale McGee. Look at JaVale
Sorry.
McGee's first
Getting
8 years
blocked
in the
by
league.
the side of the backboard when you're going up for a dunk by yourself is not acceptable ever.
You
ever,
would never
ever.
even touch the backboard. So shut up.
It don't matter. I would not want to touch the back. If I'm doing that, I don't want to touch the backboard. But I know you ain't talking with your 5'4" ass.
Hey, it's all right. It's okay. It's all right. I am not 5'4", and we know that. But that's
I-
neither here
I
nor
think you
there.
like
I get it.
Caruso, like I like
Okay, we're
Ginobili.
sorry, Rick. You're 5'5". Sorry.
5'5",
yeah,
okay.
okay.
All right.
Sorry.
All right. You're right. You know.
hey, hold on. Us 5 foot, we gotta stick together, man. We gotta stick together.
It's okay. It's all
We
right.
gotta
You
stick
know,
together, y'all.
sometimes there's, you know,
Civil
Unless you
Little
guys
dogs
fight
like
amongst each
myself.
other.
And
Right.
then, you know, there's them little teacup Chicharritos, you know what I'm saying? You know, the little ankle biters, you know what I'm saying? Like Renee, they just got to bark, you know what I'm saying? You let them bark. It's all right, you know what I'm saying? It's
Kick
all
his
right.
ass
Hey,
in
I'm
there.
still trying
What's
to
a
get you lined up on the
Chicharito?
field. We waiting for you to show up on the field.
Don't make me channel my inner Rodney King, dog.
I
And I would love
honestly
for that to be on
thought
the
that we
10
would
Cents
stop all these
podcast.
weird innuendos on the field after my he loved me thing, but like you keep telling me to line up with you on a football field.
Mm-hmm.
I just of all the things that you could have asked me to do.
What you gonna do? One-on-one route covers? What you guys gonna do?
I don't
roll
understand it.
route
I don't, what does he
coverage
want
right
to what does he want to do?
Who's gonna throw the
One-on-one
ball?
route coverage right there. Someone could throw
No,
the
he-
ball. Get open.
No, this is literally about to be a simulation where Renee just
Is it-
you know,
is it
saying,
press
"Ah,
what-
I got you.
Press
you know what I'm
coverage? Is it press coverage? 10 routes?
However
Whoever
you want,
I don't know.
however
Has it
you
work?
want it. You can
saying?
press whatever
However
you
I
want.
want it. See, like this just gets
Mhm.
worse every time.
However
we talk.
you
Would you rather do-
want
Would you rather do football or basketball?
Look, nigga.
We
Hey,
talk football, but we can go back.
Whatever.
it really is.
I think
whatever.
basketball would be
minimal
more
talk.
realistic because both of you guys fancy yourselves basketball aficionados. I think I'm more willing to want to see that one-on-one.
Well, that's where the
I've-
height comes into play. I thought,
I've,
you know.
I've definitely.
Well,
yeah.
it's
Well,
it's
basically,
debatable.
it's like-
It's marginal on the height. It's marginal on the height.
yeah. It's all good. Anyways, back to the show.
Hey, we can play soccer too, Rick.
We can play soccer. What you want? You want 10 for range? Now that we're talking
Set
10 for range.
pieces.
Yeah.
How many
What
set
you talking
pieces
about?
can you convert?
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
Just go straight
nice with
penalty
it.
kicks, dude. Just go PKs.
We could. I'm nice with it.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
nice
all
with
with it.
Oh.
Just straight
I like
PKs.
that. I like
Nice with
PKs.
it.
Where you guys are both have to be
Now you're
goalies.
talking
I
about
like
Both
PKs.
got to play goalies and
I like
both
that.
gotta.
Yeah.
Oh,
Throw the ball.
That I
yeah.
could do.
I don't
And
I
that
know.
should get
it.
in the tie too.
That sounds a lot more likely for me to leave my house and come out there than, hey, let's just line up outside. You know what I'm saying? On the field. Like, all right, nigga, I'm on my way.
Damn it, the
Oh.
PKs ended in a draw too.
Right,
Right?
right,
We going tie.
right.
Yeah, don't you guys have a conversation before you get on the field? Hey,
Just so
Right,
y'all
so
know,
send
this,
in a
this,
tie.
this, no matter what it is, I can promise you it's going to be like Mike Tyson and Roy Jones. Like, there's
No.
much more hype behind the actual.
No, we're gonna sweeten the
Sure.
pot. We're gonna sweeten the pot. You got to do 4 shots before any of this stuff happens. That's
Oh yeah, that's even better. That makes it way
Oh
better.
my god.
Just 4?
4 shots.
Just for.
Or doubles.
Anything after that, they'll be done. Well, maybe
Y'all
not.
might
Renee
as well
drank
do
a
the crate
whole bottle of
challenge.
tequila, so I don't know.
Yeah, no,
I-
Renee
my
is
money's
a
on Renee.
professional.
Four
Renee is a
doubles.
professional in that realm. I
Yeah.
ain't got it like
Professional
that.
drinker?
Yeah.
Yeah. I quit on New Year's Eve. I realized I was too drunk. I was like, hold on, stop. I took a shower. I came out. They dropped the ball. I was sober as shit. I was like, here we go, 2021. I was like, yeah. I ain't got it no more. All right, moving on to the second quarter. So we got a lot of what's happening in the world things because we like to talk about worldly matters. And this is more of the mature side of the 10 Cents podcast.
Sure.
I'll catch y'all later then.
Yes, you know. So for those in the corporate world tuning in, this is for you. American workers are leaving jobs in record numbers, triggering what they are calling the Great Resignation. Are you guys concerned about that?
I don't know. honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still going to be other people who are still looking for jobs. It just may mean that the people that are getting jobs aren't necessarily qualified for those jobs, but they're getting paid for those jobs. So,
And it's a little bit short-sighted because people aren't leaving the really good paying jobs. They're leaving the marginal to the,
right.
entry level type jobs.
Right. And I also think that this is an era different than others where entrepreneurship and self-made, is really a thing. It's a wave, right? It's the way to go. There's so many different ways to make money outside of a typical 9 to 5 that I mean, at the end of the day, why stress yourself and kill yourself with the stress that a 9 to 5 brings you?
My only concern with it, though, is if you don't make it, what do you got to fall back on? So, because a lot of people are throwing all their eggs into that one basket that I'm going to be this, Insta famous or whatever it's going to be.
Sure.
There's a lot of those. And when that don't happen, then what? Because you didn't go to school to do anything. You know what I mean? Like,
You
then
can go
what?
to McDonald's and get paid 15 bucks an hour.
We're going to have a lot of
15.
people still living at home with their parents. I'm trying to get,
that's-
I'm at the
Millennials.
point. I'm trying to get to that point where they're out my house. So
well, so on the flip side of that, let me ask y'all this. And I saw something about this on EYL the other day. That's Earn Your Leisure, which is it's a great podcast and site regarding business finances and trends in the world. But they were talking about the cost of rent and mortgages and things of that nature, right? At the end of the day, the flip side of that is, okay, you get your degree, you have your job, but you still can't afford to live on your own because everything is just so inflated, right? Cost of living is here, wages are here. You know what I'm saying? So, there's a lot of people that are living at home regardless. And so, do you guys feel
I guess they
like
better
this is
get
a
it 2
problem?
jobs then, right? Better go get 2 jobs.
At the end of the day,
You
that's
better
really what
learn
it comes
that
down
hustle.
to. Yeah,
Well,
you
well,
really
what-
have to hustle.
What we're seeing is the side hustle is real, right? So people
hustle's
the
real.
people who are quitting their jobs aren't doing it right. Keep your job, develop your side hustle. If your side hustle ends up being better than your job, okay, then make some
And you can
decisions. But
quit.
you need having passive income streams, as we all know, is the best way to get rich quickly. Or
There
be
are so
wealthy
many
quickly.
ways to do it. I mean, they're ridiculous. They're ridiculously easy. If you love to shop, I mean, we know somebody who loves to shop and makes money with shopping. Period.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's a bunch of different ways to do it. So, I think at the end of the day, getting back to the point, the great resignation is not a big concern. Yes, you mentioned it, B. For customer service jobs, for example,
Mhm.
customer service is probably going down. I know I've dealt with 2 instances this week with customer service from different companies, and they were just wow. You know what I'm saying? They're mind blowing. They were mind blowing before. Now they're like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just, companies are trying to get people in, to just be able to support. So I get it from that regard. But overall, I think as long as people do it in a way that makes sense and for them and their families or whatever, then run it.
This could also be the chance for people that don't go to school to maybe get in at entry level positions that
That's what I'm saying.
if you put in your
True.
time, you could actually make more money and learn. So
Right.
just kind of, if you don't want to go to school, but you can get a decent job and learn through this, working, chance for them to just move up while people
Hey,
with
Ramon.
degrees and debt sit at home.
True.
Ramon, you
all right.
want to get in?
No, I'm the guy who didn't go to school and now
Oh,
I'm
got it,
electrician apprentice.
Got it. Hey, real quick though, the flip
Hey.
side of that, real quick, is the student loan debt thing and going to school as well. I don't know that getting your bachelor's degree this time is really, is the like you don't have to get your bachelor's degree, to make it. How they used to push go to school, go to school, go to
Right.
school.
Right.
I'm still a proponent of people going to school because that's that 5 or 6 years when that transition between adolescence and adulthood. So I'm a proponent of it, but
More of a
it's
maturity
not for
thing.
everybody. Mhm.
Yeah.
For
It's
sure.
sad. You build connections with going to school as well. So that's very
That's
helpful. I
major.
know I know Mix has helped several people, myself included, and some of the people that he went to school with in landing jobs. So I mean, it's very helpful in that aspect. But
That is the
school
reason why
isn't
he's
for
the
everyone
godfather
to
of
begin
this
with,
shit.
True. Yeah, no, that is true. I mean, school isn't for everybody, but
Not only that, they're also having trade schools now for almost everything, right? You could go be
Yeah.
an RN in 2 years now. You don't have to do 4
Right.
years
yeah,
and go get a nice paying job, right?
Yep.
Things like that are also helpful.
And then a lot of stuff can be done from home. I mean, Google
Right.
teaches programming from home.
Yep.
Who was it? There was something else. Oh, YouTube had something that was, a class. Once again, I just mentioned EYO. That's like a university that was self-made. I mean, that teaches a whole bunch of different things about financial literacy, as well as how to do certain other things, hustles.
Yeah.
And whatnot. So,
But-
I mean, there's a lot of different options out there. But let's keep it pushing, y'all. Next one.
While you're waiting, I want to say
In
a
the
quick
text?
thing on. I want to say a quick thing on school, real quick. When you're that 18 to 24 range of your life, that's the best time to be in college. Like college is a lot of fun. I'm just gonna put it to you like that. It's a lot of fun. I know you got to do your schoolwork and whatnot. It's a great time. So I'm always a proponent of going to school. I mean, it's a great time. Trust me. But it's not like everybody said. It's not for everyone.
Sorry, y'all. I just had a message from. Anyways, all right. Following home robberies. Yeah, that one caught me off guard. Home robberies, they're increasing. You guys concerned about that? I think this is more like I think it's all over the place, but I see that this is linked to a California station. What's happening? Talk to me about that.
It really, what I've seen or what I've been seeing is, at the high end restaurants, the high end shopping places. I mean, people are just kind of scouting, trying to see people with fancy watches, fancy cars, coming out of the Louis Vuitton store with bags. Those are the people being targeted initially, but there's even other people, right? And it's really the majority of it's happening in LA County because of what the DA is doing over there. But there's other, I mean, it happened out here in Upland. There was two black dudes out here in Upland. There was a gang of 4 of them. They ended up getting caught, but they went home invasion, and they went into someone's house. The owner, or I'm sorry, it was a jeweler. It was a jeweler. The guy had a gun. They left, but they were going there to do a smash and grab. And it's these rules. I think it's AB 47, where they're letting felons out early. And it's a lawlessness because there's no consequences for, going out and doing this stuff with, at 950, it's not a felony until you do the theft that's over $950. So people are kind of doing some calculations like, look, I can go do this, not, be in and be out and with zero consequences. It's ridiculous.
Right. Well, they're also saying that a lot of this is tied to the drug cartels, that they've looked for a different revenue source, and the revenue sources go steal the high end shit, and then they sell it on the market. So
It happens in the hood a lot too, man. You got to keep your head on the swivel.
Well,
Because
let's just tell the middle class to stop buying all the fancy stuff, so then they don't get robbed.
Right.
Stop wasting your money. Come on.
No,
What's
the thing is, you be the poorest person in your neighborhood, so nobody's coming for you.
Exactly.
That's what you do.
Can I just ask this of my listeners and those who know people like this? Can y'all just use your resources better? If y'all have the creativity, the time, and the energy to figure out how to get over on someone in the system, can y'all figure how to do it in a positive manner that is legal? Like, come on, fam. I would much rather this headline read something about home ownership or, flipping homes or, something positive. Home robberies.
Something positive in general.
Yeah, man. Like, use that energy. I swear, I don't understand it. Some of these people, they're so brilliant. They really are at the end of the day. And then they, get fucked up over stupid shit. And it's like, why not just use that for something positive? I really wish that was the wave, not
If you're gonna do a home invasion, go hit the stash house. You know what I mean? Not a fucking innocent person.
They know there's heat. There's heat at the drop house.
There is heat at the drop house,
Yeah,
potentially.
you're giving out bad advice at this point.
Hey,
That's good advice. That takes some of these idiots out. That might be good advice.
if you're about that life,
Yeah. All right, man. Moving on to the next one. Republicans are predicting that they will win back the House and the Senate in 20 double deuce. Are we primed for another Trump run?
Steve,
and add on this, people aren't really happy with Biden.
Right. That's true. But I'm seeing that there's a faction of Republicans that are trying to block Trump from running for any public position in 2024. So but at the end of the day, if he wants to run, he will win the Republican nomination. And if he runs, unfortunately, the way that Biden's running this thing and how nobody likes Kamala Harris, I have a feeling he's got a good shot to win this thing if he does it again.
Yeah, be
He
ready.
ain't lying. Yeah, he ain't lying.
Is Trump above the law? Why do I keep thinking that he's going to go to jail at some point? And
because he is above the law.
He ain't been
Once
to
you
jail
become
yet.
president, you're above
He
the
ain't
law.
going to jail.
Yeah, he's
You're not
Once you
going to
become
jail.
president, you're above the law. Then when
The only thing that you can hope for is that they do figure out a way to block him from being able to run. That's what it boils down to. And until the the fact that you had a guy like Dick Cheney show up to the Congress the other day with his daughter Liz Cheney, who's literally the only Republican who calls out Trump for all of his shit. But Dick Cheney basically turned around and said, in 10 years, this is not the Republican Party that I was a part of.
Mm-mm.
And where's the leadership? You know, the fact that you had guys literally on Congress floor calling out Trump from the Republican Party, including like your top Republican guy, Kevin McCarthy and Mitch McConnell and all that kind of stuff. And they've done a complete 180 now, and they don't even think that the insurrection even happened. You know, they're
Marjorie
that-
Taylor Greene, Ted
well,
Cruz.
she's
Oh,
yeah. Well, Taylor
Yeah.
Greene
Yeah.
is there's a reason why she's
well,
she may not make it out of her midterm. Actually,
she's the
there's a pretty
AOC.
good guy
She's the
running
AOC
against
of the
her.
Republican Party, is what she is.
She on another level, dude. I think
AOC's pretty crazy too.
I agree with you that AOC is pretty crazy, but Taylor Greene is you know, like the aliens came and stole fucking 2 million votes in Arizona, and like she's out there, dog. Like there's a reason why she's been banned from Twitter and Facebook and everything else too. She's out there, man, way out there. So
Yeah, I think that
and
the
Ted
whole
Cruz just
system-
needs to stop. Like, dude, you're never going to be a
Does.
president. No one is ever going to respect you to be the leader of the Republican Party. So just
But they
knock
keep
that shit
putting
off.
this dude on TV and giving him platforms.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
Well, Newsmax.
The earthquake
Has
going
anybody
on
ever
in
watched
Arizona?
Newsmax?
no, I don't
Newsmax
watch
is
it.
ridiculous.
Newsmax is
I
even worse
watch
than
it-
Fox News.
Right. I watch it because I need to know what's happening
Who
on
the
other
crazies
side.
are?
Yes, I need to know. But real quick on Ted Cruz, you guys remember when Trump was running for the Republican nomination
Yeah.
to be the president? He destroyed Ted Cruz, and Ted Cruz
Right.
just washes him up. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
it's
I don't
a
know.
weird thing, man. It's a weird thing. You know.
it's like, did you all
Um,
see too, like one of the representatives, I think his name is Olstoff, John Olstoff. I can't remember which state he's from, but anyways, but he's pushing right now to make it to where if you're in Congress or, you know, you're a leader or whatever, you've been voted in, let's just say that way, you can't trade stocks. You have to freeze your
Really?
accounts. I think that's a great
Mm.
fucking idea.
I think it's a great
Because
idea too.
so many of these
Yeah.
people don't realize you're voting for people yet in the back end, like the nutcase Taylor Greene. She's so out there against vaccines and all that shit. She owns a lot of stock in all three of the Moderna, Pfizer, and Johnson Johnson companies.
She's a hypocrite.
fucking,
She's a
she's a
complete
genius.
hypocrite.
But
You
politics,
gotta
no,
get your
it's
money.
about chasing that money.
that's
By the
that's
way,
why
if
you
you
get
wanna
into
get this-
politics.
If you want to get into stocks, you might as well do it now because they're falling. So got money, throw some money in 'em.
so's the crypto.
so they go back up.
Something
No, I know, that's what I'm
happens
saying.
over
Buy
in
in now.
something
now.
something happens over in Kazakhstan or whatever the fuck happens, and Bitcoin drops 8% because I bet you that's where some of the mining's happening.
Right. But what they're
Yeah.
saying about
That's
that is
scary shit.
they're saying that
Sorry.
crypto's coming down because it's going to be a legitimized currency. You know, the Federal Reserve is already looking at how to legitimize that. So
Well, I wouldn't be
crypto's probably going to
surprised-
be a thing.
You're probably going to see the federal government come out with its own. That's why.
Yeah,
Because
I'm just
that's what
saying.
China.
could
That's
see
what
that.
China did.
Buy
That's
in
what China
now.
did. China turned around and did that. They're like, "Oh, you guys want crypto? Okay, fine, but you got to use the Chinese crypto." So,
I think the Bahamas, somewhere in the Bahamas, are doing that too.
yeah. Well,
Calling it like the sand dollar, where they have their own. I'm being serious.
nice.
No, I believe you. It's just the name. Just the name.
Yeah, Bob, I know why you left.
Yeah,
What
I
I
know why
laugh?
you laughing, Bob.
What I
Like
laugh?
Bob, man.
No. See,
Hey,
you guys got it all.
You started
twisted,
at
yo.
sand. As soon as he said sand, you was in. You was.
I'm not kidding, Bob. I'm just
I
kidding.
didn't. No, I didn't.
I'm just kidding.
Bob, we've been your friend for a very
I love you,
long
Bob.
time. Fam.
I love you.
Love you too, buddy.
All right, y'all. Let's keep
Yeah.
it pushing. Let's go on the third quarter. What men think, man, it's so crazy. Let's see. I haven't seen any of these, even though I was supposed to ask them last week. I didn't. Let's see. So I don't even know where to start. B, you wanna jump in?
I'll throw this one out there because I don't think it will get anybody in trouble.
Okay.
You're driving late at night and you see a woman waving you
yeah.
down, standing next to a broken down car. What do you do?
Wave back at her. Keep it pushing.
Yeah,
There's probably already a couple cars there, so I'm just moving through.
Do you know her? Keep
Do
pushing.
you know her? Oh, man.
Man.
Uh,
Go
I
ahead,
guess you
come
could
get
say
a ride.
I guess you could
Triple A's on
say
its way.
at any point in time, right? You could be set up for just about anything.
That's
I
true.
guess
That's what's
that's
scary
good.
about it.
That's the
I didn't even think
unfortunate
about
part
that,
of this.
That is
Yeah.
that is the unfortunate part about it.
That's the part that really makes.
I've seen
you
too many
hesitant.
movies, man.
Yeah.
Keep it
Unless I
pushing.
have a gun with
All right.
me, you
so
know.
so same
just
scenario as number 3, but it's a man instead who's broke down on the side of the road.
For
on
sure,
his
keep
own.
it pushing.
He on his own.
He probably
Yeah.
done really
Yeah.
took care of it.
You should know how to
If you
change your
start-
tire or something.
All
Figure
right.
it out.
Hey, if he
How,
start
how
pushing
about
his own
this? How about
car,
this?
then I'll
What
help
if it's a young lady who you could tell is, that high school, early college where they
Her
don't
phone
know
work.
what the hell's going on?
If it was
Her
a
phone's still
grandma,
on.
I'd do it.
Her
I
phone's
can-
still on.
I
So
can
that's
tell
true.
you guys,
Somebody.
But there's a lot of kids who
I'm
don't
gonna be
know
honest,
what
only
the
thing I'm
hell
doing
to
is
do
calling
with
AAA to help.
anything.
Unfortunately,
Call your
in-
dad.
in most
Bro,
cases,
unfortunately,
No, you
these
know what?
times,
Just tell them if you wait long enough, one of those trucks is gonna pass by and they'll help you with gas or something.
He's not.
Because
He's
it
not
happened to
lying.
me.
Yeah, he's not lying. They have those out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you guys because I have done this a couple of times in the past couple of years. I'm stopping more than likely for a lady regardless, just to at least make sure that she's cool. Just because I hate to see women out there. Not to say that they aren't capable or anything like that, but if they look really like disheveled, like
Lost.
what the fuck is going on, then yeah, I will probably stop and I will be very cautious about the way that I do that. If it's a male. I may stop as well. I mean, once again, I've done this last
All
year.
right, you're
I
not stopping.
no, I literally have
Continue your
stopped.
story. Continue your
I
story.
stopped. It's all right.
He over
though.
there acting ugly.
I will, but once again, it's just very. I'll do everything very cautiously. I do try to help, and I'll be honest with you guys. As many times as I've stopped, I have kept it pushing double that, and I felt like shit about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I think about what would my dad do. My dad would stop. So,
Rick,
I guess I'll go
real
out
quick,
with my.
very
Yeah.
commendable. Very commendable. In all seriousness, I've seen it where the Good Samaritan stops and they're the ones that
Yeah.
get hit by a car or something like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've seen that a lot. And
Mhm.
that's another thing that kind of goes through my head as well. But I
Sure.
mean, we need people like you, Rick, for sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
well, I
Like
mean,
you.
hey, look, and I know you guys will stop. Depending on the scenario, y'all stop it. Anyway, all right, keep pushing. What's the next one, B?
All right.
Stop it.
He said, all right. Why do you believe the friendship bonds between men on average are stronger than the friendship bonds amongst women?
Because we don't compete with each other as
I'm
far
gonna
as what
say,
you
we
wear.
don't compete nearly as much. I know you hear me and Renee talking shit, but really that's just the way that we grew up. We talk shit to each other. And
It's just sports. That's all it is.
Yeah.
We're not
Whereas-
competing like in life. Like, oh my god, I had this, you got that. Blah, blah, blah.
Right, right.
No, it does not matter that
Well,
I'm
yeah,
5'8"
little
and
Timmy
Renee's
is
5'6".
da-da-da.
It really doesn't matter.
Well,
he knows-
I
Doesn't
think
matter that
another
I'm
thing-
little spoon.
I think another thing too with men, and it's starting to happen more with women, is to settle disputes with men, it's a lot more finite than it is with women. Like women, they could get like chatty, F that bitch, whatever, right? With men, like you say, F you, like you know what's gonna happen, right? So depending on what's going on, like I think we temper our expectations a little more with each other because we know at the end of the day, stuff could jump off.
We
Well, the
know
thing
if you
is,
make
like,
fun
when
of
we get
someone's
together,
team,
we
they
talk-
might
we talk a
send you
lot
foul
about-
text.
That too.
Well, when we get together, we talk about what sports. We'll talk about stuff from back in the day. We'll talk about reminiscing about, oh, remember when we played football, or when we did this, or when we did that. It's more of a, just getting together, reminiscing. And I don't think women necessarily do that. And if somebody's
No,
look, if
It
Jamal's
tends to
wearing
be
the
more
same shirt-
gossipy, right?
yeah, well, if
Yeah.
Jamal's wearing the same shirt that I am, and we go to a club or something, or a bar or somewhere lounge to hang out, we're like, hey, you got the same shirt as I do.
We high
And
five
when-
each other like, dude.
Yeah. And girls are like, look at this bitch. She's wearing the same thing I am and whatever. And I'm like, dude, really? Like, why? You guys
I
shop at
think
the
it
same
also
damn
like,
places?
isn't it
Yeah,
also
y'all
like,
shop at the same stores. Like,
Yeah.
right.
It's
That's
inevitable that's going to happen at some point.
right.
isn't it also like possible because we're willing to say it to each other?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
sure.
think. I don't
I think we're willing to we're
Most
willing to
of the time.
talk to one another,
So you don't have to hear it from a third party,
Versus-
right?
go into somebody
right.
else with it
Yeah.
first.
No.
I
I
don't
would say
think.
that,
I don't
yeah.
think dudes care enough. Like me and
That's
Renee
that
had a
part, too.
thing where we didn't talk for like X amount of months, like 6 maybe. on different occasions. And then we was like, oh, so we ain't talking. We joke around for like maybe 5 minutes, and then it's like
Everything's cool
nothing-
again.
Washed.
It didn't stop. It was like, okay, cool. Here we are. Women will sit there and talk about why they ain't talked for like 30 minutes. We're talking about why we're not talking while we're talking.
Right.
Like, come on, dog. Like, it's not that serious. We ain't got real beef. No, okay. Back to the regular schedule program.
Yeah.
I definitely
Well,
think it comes down
girls
to
will fight
love
with the other, like say a girl's with a dude, right? And he's cheating on her. She'll go attack the other girl, and as opposed to attacking the dude. You know, it's ridiculous.
You got to beat somebody up. No, it's fine. I don't know, bro. She ain't gonna
Yeah.
beat him up.
Women are more aggressive in general too. Like it feels like now women are quick to just get things started. And they used to be the peacemakers when we were growing up, the Gen X guys. Now it feels like, oh fuck that. Like all I think and I hear about, no, fuck that bitch. I'm gonna go like, huh? Like when did it switch to that? But I don't know.
A lot of weird energy and cattiness.
For
You know
sure.
what I'm saying? I think that we fortunately don't have to deal with. And I'll say this, ladies, for those that are listening, I do also take into account that y'all are also dealing with things from a hormonal standpoint that we men will never understand. So
Sure.
I'm 99% sure that affects a whole hell of a lot. But at the end of the day, for the most part, y'all give
Stop
a fuck
tripping.
about shit that we don't care about. Like, we really, it just,
Rick,
so
I'm glad you
therefore,
said that and chose that hill to die on, my man.
hey, man,
That's all.
just saying, you
Hats
know what I'm
off.
saying?
I don't have a hat, but hat
Right?
off.
Hats off.
Hey, okay. When your son is of legal drinking age, are you going to take him out for a night on the town?
Please believe. Yeah, please believe. I'm gonna show him how to do it responsibly.
Straight to TJ.
I'm sending RJ to Renee.
That's hilarious.
If we're gonna do it right,
Yeah,
You
we
might
might
as
as
well
well
think-
chill with
alcoholic.
Papa Nene.
I like what you're talking about because I think it sets a bad precedent if I show my kid how to just, how to traverse Vegas, right? That's a bad precedent. So I think I got to send him to somebody else to do that. So I have plausible deniability. Uncle
Oh,
Renee.
mine
Uncle
was-
Renee.
no,
Send him to
mine
Uncle
was
Renee.
just-
That's right.
Uncle Renee.
I wouldn't even think. I didn't want. Renee's
Uncle
that guy, babe. Not me. Renee did this to him.
Look, Uncle
It's all
Renee's going to
Renee's
teach my
fault.
kids how to fight and how to do Vegas. Uncle Renee's going to do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have. You know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna take him out. We're gonna drink,
And then
we
have
can
to get
then
into a fight.
Exactly.
Then they're going to have to practice what they learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you about that life, huh?
I think the key thing here
Renee.
is of legal drinking age, because if we're not in the States, but we're
Mm.
south of the border, the legal
Or
drinking
something like
age
that,
is
yeah.
a lot earlier.
Let's also be honest about
So-
this. Mick excluded. Who really waited until the legal drinking age to drink? Mick excluded. That nigga waited until he was 47.
Not me. Not me.
He said he waited until he was 47.
I still remember the day. I was so
It
mad.
was like
I think
30. It was like 30 something.
I think I was trying to get him to drink, and he was like, nah. And then like he went with like James or somebody. Like he went with somebody that I was like, why'd you go drink with them? What the fuck? I was so mad. And
That was
then,
peer
I was just
pressure.
hurt.
That was peer
but
pressure.
then,
His feelings was hurt.
and then when I learned how he learned to drink, Midori sours and shit like that, I was really disappointed. I was like,
Baby
all,
are you
steps.
kidding
all
me?
straight
Baby steps.
sugar. All
Baby
straight
steps.
sugar.
cookie?
Yeah. All
Baby
straight
steps.
sugar.
We would a whole stable of women in Vegas, and you ordering drinks fruitier than theirs. I was disappointment, man. Disappointment.
I think James made like a special guest appearance on Instagram not that long ago, like a month or two ago.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Did he?
Mm.
Yeah.
It's an
Hilarious.
occasional thing with him, but all right. I probably would if he wants to, but I'm not gonna like force him to go drink
Sure. No.
at the age. If he's like, Dad, I want to go have a cocktail because I'm 21. Cool, let's go. But I'm not gonna be like, hey, you're 21. Let's go drinking.
But would you take him out for his 21st birthday, like a Vegas style or something, so you could gamble?
Hell no.
Nah, you
No?
can have. I have a drink. We'd have a drink at the crib, but all the extra like Renee stuff. Sorry, Renee, but
Why is it Renee
No.
stuff? I'm
Well-
not-
I don't know. I've never had.
I don't know.
I've never been out with the other guys the way I've been out with you.
Coming back to my
Well,
situation real quick. The problem with my situation is the kids
They're almost
saw
there?
too much and it's glamour, and it's really glamorous to the point where I know Jacob already said he can't wait to be 18 so he can go drink and do whatever he wants, and Justin's right behind him. So I'm probably gonna have 2 raging alcoholics sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Well, I've already
Plus-
seen one of them tossed
Plus,
Yeah.
on a vacation.
Yeah?
It was
Yeah.
accidental.
Oh, shit.
It was accidental. It was. The drinks came and they all looked the same. And one was virgin and the other one wasn't. And he grabbed the one that wasn't virgin. And uh-oh.
Uh-oh, technical difficulties.
But anyways, yeah. So it was supposed to be the virgin drink, and he grabbed the wrong one. And
And he didn't taste it?
That's funny.
He knew what he was doing. Nah, he
no,
didn't.
I'm
honestly,
saying-
I don't think you would taste the difference between the
Oh,
two.
really? Oh,
Yeah.
shoot.
It's that kind of a
One of those,
concoction.
huh?
Yeah, it's one of those.
Oh, really?
And
Oh.
yeah,
You don't know
Right,
till it's too
like,
late.
You let Mick order the drinks. Okay, I was gonna say because you order my drinks. You
That was
couldn't
old
tell.
Mick. Old Mick.
old
Good. Mick was
So,
or
anyways.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was not a good scene for the young man.
I definitely look.
Oh,
I,
baby.
if I'm around, which I pray I am, I'm definitely taking my son out and I'm gonna show him some fun things. I am, and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna just trust him from there. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I
Because they're not
prefer-
even gonna have.
Yeah,
They're not even gonna know their drink yet, right?
right.
Hey, I'm gonna give
So it's- it's
Ramon's
gonna be interesting.
son so drunk that he throws up, so he don't party like that ever again.
Come
Not
on.
how that works. That's not how that works.
Come on.
Take it from me.
It could, if
That's
it's your
not how
first
it
time
works.
drinking, it could be the first time. Might end that.
Well, it will. No, it's a thing because I remember Renee was there, and it's actually Renee's fault. We were at my something. We were at like Pomona's little Fox Theater or whatever, and I did. This is my first time like ever blacking out, and I took like I think I took like a break. I took like a year off. I was like, I can't even smell this shit. So it's a thing.
Yeah.
It was Renee's fault though.
Oh, well, there's
Uh,
there's certain alcohol that I won't even touch. I don't care. Like you throw it in front of me, nope, not touching it. You know, just because of the smell.
Pat, Ron.
No, Jaeger.
Oh,
That's
I
for
hate
me.
Jaeger.
Exactly.
That and Goldschlager.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Jaeger's the worst.
Jaeger.
Wow.
Ugh. So, anyways, all right. Wow.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. Like,
Dark. We should really adjust this list.
well, I'm trying to
picked these?
figure
Did
out
Luda
number.
pick these again?
I'm trying to figure out number 10. Is that the way it's supposed to read? Would you rather be immortal but relegated to homelessness,
Yeah.
or have Jeff Bezos money and be paralyzed below the waist?
Mick.
Man, that's pretty
Jesus
dark. right there.
Christ!
Yeah,
No, yeah, you can.
Mick
you
was
can
hanging
skip-
with Coach when he wrote this, by the way.
Yeah,
You can-
that
you
was
can
just right
skip
here,
that
up fresh off the dome, boys.
Uh,
Fresh off the
You said
That was-
immortal but homeless?
Which dome was it though? That's like, was it
Hey.
the elevated?
Kinda
The
homeless,
elevated?
like
maybe.
Okay.
Well,
Can I
so
build
really,
my own stuff?
the crux of the thing is, would you rather be immortal? When I say immortal, like you're never gonna die, right? You live forever, but you're homeless. Or would you rather have Jeff Bezos' money and be paralyzed from the waist down? Which one would you
I
rather?
mean,
be?
homelessness isn't a bad thing because homelessness does not necessarily mean you're on the streets.
Sure.
Oh, I'm
It's
just
just,
gonna,
Kanye was homeless for quite a bit of time, and he was all over the place until he
So
bought.
it
Nah,
just
but I-
matters what lens you're looking through.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be
So-
homeless. Give me Bezio.
Give you
So
Bezos
you're
money?
gonna be Professor X basically.
Or Bizio.
Yeah, that's fine.
That nigga
with all that money, you might be able to fix it or something. I don't know.
I'll
That's
give me a new
crazy.
body at some
a
point.
load
Some
of waste.
mechanical legs or something.
I don't know, man. I need to function. I mean, I hate the fact that
We're out
you
here trying to
said
function.
immortal. So like I'm living, but relegated to homeless. I'm probably gonna try the homeless thing. I feel like that'll be a better way to live. I don't really, money is whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
So
being
you,
immortal,
just
though,
gonna beg for food. You're just gonna be like, yo, I need some
Living
food. Can you feed
forever?
me?
right?
But once
and
again,
all the
this-
people you
look,
know.
look at the question. The way that the
Go on.
question is worded, it doesn't mean necessarily that I'm hungry. It doesn't mean that I'm living on the streets. It doesn't mean really anything negative except I don't have a place to call my own.
and all the
Right.
people you knew, you got to meet new people all the time, right? You got to develop
Yeah,
new
'cause
relationships.
people
'cause eventually,
dying
everybody's
off.
gonna die.
And at some point, no one gonna help you out because they don't love you like that. So you're gonna be homeless in the street with a sleeping bag, no tent.
Well, when they die, can't you just take their
in
house?
The way the Airbnb functions.
No, 'cause you ain't got
Just
no
make sure
money.
you get in the will. Make sure you get in the will. Oh yeah, you don't have no money. No.
It doesn't
no
say
money.
that I don't have
You
money.
broke.
This does
Well,
not. This just says. This doesn't indicate that I have Jeff
It just says
Bezos
you're
money.
homeless.
All right.
I should have known, knowing this group, that this thing would
Yes,
spiral out of
It's
control.
going to debate.
My bad.
Become a
You
debate.
can still
Yeah,
rent shit.
thanks, Rick.
My
I'm just
bad.
looking at
You
the
wanna
question
be
the way that it's
immortal
put.
and
God,
homeless
man.
and broke.
Go lick toilet seat.
Begging
There is a
for
difference.
food.
There is a difference.
Okay, yeah. Throw broke in there and then answer.
So,
that
so
question.
why would you want to live forever and be broke and homeless? Then that it makes it too easy.
Well, you get to live forever.
Broke?
Are you picking live forever, Germ?
That's like, nigga, do I want to
Then
be beat by the
shut
cops but
up.
live forever? You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
Like,
you can live like Sparta and just fucking be a Spartan, walk around with a sword,
What?
eat whatever.
Or,
Grow your
yeah,
own
or you
food.
can be an
Still
oracle.
be
If you
homeless.
live forever, you can be an oracle and be like, look, let me tell you about how
this is
everything
why I
happened.
said, what is broke? Do I have at least a couple hundred in the
Oh my
account?
good gracious.
Good
Bro,
lord.
you got $20 to your
Hey,
name.
go to
Contemplating
question.
it. He's
Go to
contemplating
question
it.
11. Go to question.
No,
11.
you got to
I'm
be
just
the
trying to
guy
play
on
the
the side
game.
of the road with a cardboard asking for shit. How about that?
Sorry that I ever thought this question.
Do I
up.
still have my
Move on.
sexy? Because then I can make some things happen. I don't know. All right, let's go on to the
What
next
does the
one.
bottom row of her teeth look like? Huh?
Can I see him? Oh my god! You know,
All right,
it's-
man. Just move on to the fourth quarter. Let's go.
Hold on before we do, because you guys know I love music and movies and things of that nature. A couple of things in the Twitterverse popped off this week. Two albums in particular. One, did you guys listen to The Weeknd? And do y'all really like The
No.
Weeknd? Like, I don't think this group really fucks with The Weeknd like that.
Nope.
I like
I
him. I
don't.
haven't listened to it.
Same.
All
I
right.
haven't had a chance to listen to
I
it.
like him as a feature on some songs.
I'm not like a super fan of his. It's
No.
just
I
like
would
his
agree with
music
that.
sounds cool.
I could have
and I
passed
know
on him at the
I might
Super
really
Bowl.
lose you with this next one, but did any of y'all tap into Gunna's album? Yep. Okay.
No,
Who?
not yet. Not
No,
yet.
who? Yeah, that's what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Whose album?
Gunner.
Gunna. Renee don't know no
Gunna?
Gunna is. Gunna.
Gunna
Gunna.
This
The only
is
gunners I
really-
know are the
sucks.
Arsenal gunners.
from a
That's it.
Jack Harlow or Jake Harlow. Is it Jack or Jake? I forget. From a Harlow fan, I really thought you would have known. But all right. Well, then, what are you guys listening to this week? Anything new?
Jesus music.
Nope.
Listening to the Eye of the Tiger.
Ooh,
Nah,
It's the only song I'm bumping all week.
hilarious.
Eye of the Tiger, huh?
That's hilarious. You know, I've seen you with your head.
Hey, you saw Renee's post. He's back in the gym, boys.
Is it?
It eerily
Saw his
reminded me
post.
of two things.
So, hey, you saw me with my gear on.
I saw
was
you.
doing
You look
when I saw
legit,
that.
dude. You look legit.
Have you guys seen that video of Stephen A. Smith hitting the
Oh my
mitts?
god.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
the first thing that came to mind. And
No.
then the second thing was that Martin episode when Martin went off against Tommy Hearns. Those were the two
Oh,
things
yeah.
that came to my mind seeing remote.
That was a great.
seeing
That was a
Renee
great
and-
episode, by the way.
That was when he
That's
ended up
all
with
I'm
that big
saying.
eye.
No shade, fam. No shade. I know you better than that.
Eye, dude.
Mhm.
That
But I'm
huge
just
eye.
saying. Those
Did you-
are the two
oh,
things that came to mind.
Did you? But speaking of like that huge eye, did you
Hold on,
see
hold on.
the martial art guy who was in a
Yeah.
cage match and he got
Man.
hit and he had that hematoma
Ooh,
or whatever the
traffic or
fuck it
something.
was? It took over
Yeah.
his whole right side of his
Oh,
head.
shoot.
Yeah, I mean, like it just
Mhm.
swelled up. Like he looked like Elephant Man. Like,
Mm.
Yeah.
and they had to stop the fight. But I mean, they let it go
Well,
for
clearly.
a second. No,
Yeah.
but they let it go for a second. Like they were like, oh,
Wow.
well, he can still see his. He didn't have any vision issues. It just big ol'. I mean, not. And I mean, but it took over the whole side of his head.
Yeah,
It was
no,
nasty.
That's all bad.
Insane.
Yeah.
That's all bad.
Hey, talking about like music and what's going on. Did you see? I don't know if this was actually true. They said Kanye was outside Kim house in a bush.
No, I saw
Costume?
that. But didn't you guys say he was in New York? That was funny though.
Yeah,
Somebody-
it was all
somebody say it
fake,
was
but
New York?
it is hilarious.
That was
It
funny.
is hilarious.
Well, isn't it?
Yeah.
He didn't he just buy a home right across the street?
That's
Yeah,
what they
something
say,
like that.
man.
They were saying that he
Look,
just bought
I
a
mean,
home
come
right
on now.
across the street. But then
people do that to
she's-
keep the kids.
she's in the
there,
Bahamas
yeah.
right now with what's
Pete.
his name anyways?
What's his name?
Pete.
Pete
With
Davidson.
Pete Davidson, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
and he's you know, he got him a little look-alike, you know, with less ass. So I mean, it's whatever. Like,
Well, hold on. Is
stay
Pete
out their
Davidson?
business.
Did Pete Davidson not have a stable of winners?
I'm saying.
Yo, dude,
Stable.
he's
Like, he just
If you
gets
read-
the.
if you read the internet articles, there are reasons as to why, apparently. But I mean, you know, good for Pete. You know, whatever.
yeah.
Like whatever, man. We all win at one point in time in our lives. Like it's whatever. You know, it's
Snake
Kim.
is batting 1,000 right now.
Is Kim really that to y'all?
Looks
I'm
wise.
over.
Well,
I'm over him. That's for
this
sure.
Kim,
Like,
whatever. Yeah, she's still. I mean, really on the scale, she's upper echelon still. All things considered.
You know, I would agree with that because we just had this conversation. I had this conversation with somebody about J Lo, and I was like, you know, for years I hated on J Lo, but for real, when I saw that movie, was that last year, the year before, when she was on the pole and all that type of stuff. Not that it takes the pole to do it, but I'm just saying the shape that she was in, the way that she looked at her age, I was just like, well, I might have to rethink. everything that I've ever said about this one. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Ben might be winning
I
right now.
apologize.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I might be, hey,
Ben's
shit.
lost because she dumped him already.
Did she? Damn.
Did she?
Damn.
And,
Damn.
That was
and I want to
quick.
talk
Yeah.
that through real quick.
And
She
she
dumped him
dumped him
through
quick.
peer pressure because her fans were mad at her for being with Ben because of what he was doing with Jennifer Garner. That's why she dumped him. Not
Really?
because she didn't like him, because her fans said they
Wow.
were, which is
That's
ridiculous.
Is she going back to A-Rod?
I don't know where she's going, but she had to shake Ben.
She about to run it back.
Wow.
All right.
J-Lo
Well, you
just
know
need to
what?
find a new man.
That shit is weird. That shit is weird. Well, you know what? I'm glad you mentioned A-Rod. Let's transition this to the fourth quarter because I got a bumper to dump it right off the top regarding A-Rod.
Nice.
They were saying, ESPN is saying that there's potential talks about A-Rod getting a Manning cast type show for MLB. Are y'all tapping into A-Rod?
You know what?
A-Rod is
Honestly,
not entertaining.
Here's
At
my
all.
thing.
I don't find
Here's
him
my
funny.
thing. If that gets him off the normal broadcast, by all means, go ahead. Because I won't. I'd
don't
rather
think-
watch the normal broadcast with
Yeah.
him not on it. So
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. That's a very interesting pick. Is it just because A-Rod is that, I guess, polarizing? I mean, I don't even know if I consider him polarizing. I don't
Yeah, I don't know.
annoying.
Polarizing was it?
As a player, A-Rod is that guy.
Sure, but like outside the booth, who?
But
wants to
Peyton
get
Manning,
off?
Peyton Manning's not that entertaining, but he is that guy too. I mean, he's funnier
Nah.
when he's with his brother and he's self-deprecating.
right.
That's what I'm saying. That he thoroughly's funny. I don't think A-Rod's funny.
no,
No,
I'll
they're
never
favorite
laugh.
that's not
entertaining.
funny.
He doesn't make me laugh. I just laugh
No.
at him when he does something real stupid.
It's because he
Right.
takes himself too seriously. That's why.
Yeah, no, he's weird.
Yeah.
So okay,
Yeah, dump it.
all right. Another show. In March, I believe.
Yeah,
right?
March.
The Lakers. Or Showtime, excuse me, is releasing a look into the Lakers
HBO.
series, excuse me, based off HBO. Thank you. Why
Yeah.
am I saying Showtime? Because it's Lakers Showtime.
Yeah.
Let me just say this right. HBO in March is releasing a series based around the Lakers Showtime era. Y'all here for that?
Yes.
If you're a Laker fan and you watch
Yes.
The Last Dance and you don't watch this, then slide your Laker card back.
100%.
Right.
100%.
Well, and considering they're going to be throwing out quite a bit of stuff, it looks like.
Yeah.
Like
And
just
this
based
also
off.
includes you bandwagon fans when we say that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you ones that hopped on in the LeBron era, slide it back. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Your temporary spot has been. I agree. Now, Magic said that he's not here for it. He's not even looking forward to it.
What I heard.
Well, that's
really
because
understand.
I have a
He gonna
feeling
get a
there's going to
whoop.
be some stuff that's going to come out that he don't want coming out.
Because Magic was a whore. That's why.
Yeah, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out why he got the diagnosis. All right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Magic
All
in
right.
trouble.
Yeah.
ain't watching-
Well,
he
I'm
ain't
looking
watching
forward
that.
to it.
He ain't watching that with Cookie and
No,
them.
no, he gonna make sure that the direct that the
we don't need to
DirecTV
rehash this.
the
You know what I'm
DirecTV
saying?
bill didn't get paid that month.
Yeah, right.
Hey,
I
Brian.
know she gonna look at him sideways. She was like, "Bitch, you was there. What you
Yeah.
talking
Right.
about?"
We
Hold on
already
real
went
quick.
through this.
What?
Now that I think about this, remember that dude we were talking to in Cabo that was the door guy for the
Yes.
Lakers? I can't remember. I got to find his number. He said he would come on the podcast and tell us stories about
Yep.
working the door and with Magic and stuff. We got to
Yeah,
find his number.
because he
Really?
worked he also worked the
Forum Club.
Forum Club.
Forum Club.
So yeah, he was
Really?
a top security guy at the Forum, and so
That's crazy.
That'd be
got
interesting
a
to
lot
hear
of
some of
gotta
those
call
stories.
him.
lots of
Call him.
stories. Yeah.
We got to figure
Well,
out.
Mick
what's
got
I
his
track him
number.
down.
You got to
I
find
think I was drunk and I lost it.
Okay, look,
Damn.
look, we're gonna have to call you the chatting up dudes guy because you're always chatting up dudes, getting their numbers.
No,
Well,
Come
Bob.
on.
Bob, I've
No,
changed.
no.
Bob.
Okay, hold on,
No.
hold on, Bob. Look, I'll wear
But
it.
he didn't chat him up at a bar like you, Bob.
Right,
Bob.
but
I don't chat them up. They were chatting me up.
But I
Oh,
learned
I
it
don't
from
chat 'em
you,
up.
Dad.
They come up
I
to
learned
me
it from
'cause
you,
they
Dad.
know when it goes
Yeah,
down, they want
Bob.
me to be on their side.
Bob, you are the
YouTube.
godfather of that shit, okay?
No,
learned it from
they-
you,
I
Boss.
never
You
chatted
are.
up dudes. They came
You
to
are
me.
the Godfather.
They
Bob.
came to me.
Bob.
You
You are
about
that
to
guy.
Bob ain't
Okay, Bob, we
ain't here for
understand.
the
You're a man of
the
the
documentary.
people. Look, I'm not even making it bad, right? It's what, in essence, I need to be more, social
Bob.
with everybody, right? I want to be more like Bob.
I mean, yeah.
What about
Bob
Bob?
is the best.
Oh, that's
Everybody
awesome.
loves Bob.
No,
Look,
no,
hey,
that's
look,
not-
nobody
a
says anything
documentary.
bad about a Quintero. That's true.
That's not
nobody
true.
nobody
That's
says
not
anything
true.
bad about a Quintero at all. You the bestest. You know what I'm saying? So just own it. It's all right. You the godfather of that shit. All right. Speaking of godfathers, no.
Yeah.
So Terrell Owens, I guess
Uh-huh.
he's seen so much
He's-
stuff in the NBA
he's
that he
serious.
said, you know what, the Bucks, run it. Like, let's go. I could play a couple of snaps. What do y'all think about that? Y'all here for T.O. making a return?
I'll say this: he's in better shape than all of us.
I mean, 100%.
If you
but
see him,
You set
my
the bar.
God,
That's
that
true.
dude-
He is.
physical
Christ.
shape
Woo.
and game shape.
But there's a
Yeah,
reason
no,
why
that's the thing.
he's not signed. Why if he was why isn't he signed? There's a reason why, because he's done.
Yeah.
He's done.
You think because he has that AB temper, or
Yeah, but he's
don't know,
never
mentality.
done the things that AB did. He's been outrageous and outlandish, but he's never done the things
not
that
to
AB
that extent, but like, him working out in his driveway while.
That's just
but
for
he's-
attention.
he's
That's
at
just for
the-
attention.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
at
true.
at the crib.
yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind it if he came back.
I wouldn't.
and did.
Now-
I say give him a try. Shit.
Did people have fun with the meme on that one too, or what?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was hilarious. Never seen so much hair on that boy head in my life.
Yeah,
He was
right.
looking a little bit like what
He
movie
like,
was
like
that?
Morgan. He like Morgan Freeman's nephew.
I was gonna say it was either Morgan Freeman or Samuel L. Jackson, where Samuel L. Jackson came out
Hilarious.
playing like an old man.
Oh,
with all
that's
the
right.
hair.
Yeah. Samuel L.
Oh,
Jackson.
dude.
With that
Brutal.
Black Snake Moan.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
There you
Yep.
go. Oh man. All right. Well,
But what
moving from
about-
TO
Mhm.
AB saga? I mean, we sort of talked a little bit about it, but
Oh God, AB,
Yeah.
man. Well, I mean,
mean,
this
that-
thing just has wheels, right?
right.
from
Well,
the
I mean, he
moment that we
comes out
wrote
and
this
says that
thing.
he's hurt and they forcing him to play and all this kind of stuff. And then you're like, but then you were also complaining because you weren't getting the ball thrown to you enough.
Yeah. And
I mean-
did you guys see him on that little podcast?
I heard.
I
Yeah,
I didn't
saw
catch him
yeah,
on it,
snippet.
I catch
Yeah,
it.
when he was talking about Tom Brady's a real GM and how they're just friends because of football, but they didn't take care of him, or Tom didn't, take care of him the way they took care of Gronk. He's better than everybody on that team. He's the main attraction. He's the real reason.
He's the reason why they
Yeah.
won the Super Bowl and all that.
Yeah, all sorts of stuff that he was just out here. He was just basically shitting on everybody.
Well, he was
Yeah.
saying that he didn't stay at Tom's house and all this other stuff, right? He had mentioned that as well.
I'm
Like
so
shit.
torn because I at first I caped up for him, and then he
Yeah.
did this craziness, right?
Again.
But there's chatter that the Cards are looking at bringing him in because of D-Hop, and I'm like, I don't know, but if he could play, if he's the key,
Hey, because no, that's
I don't know.
No, he's because they were saying everything he's saying is like on ESPN. They were saying like he was actually hurt, and he couldn't play. I don't know if he couldn't play. That's
right.
per player, right? Like,
Right.
I don't think I can go right now. But he's saying he's actually hurt. He's actually set to get surgery now,
Right.
at some point. But I did hear that if he did clear waivers, Green Bay was looking at him, and the Saints were looking at him. So
Well,
I
Saints
don't
gonna be
know.
out,
Why the
so-
Saints? I don't know why
Yeah,
look
the
at
Saints are going to be
Saints.
out, so
Saints
it wouldn't.
Yeah.
Well, he
Wouldn't
wouldn't
matter
play
if
this
it's-
year
No,
anyway.
well, they tried to bring him in. They tried to bring him in last year,
Right.
but then he had his little pending legal issues.
Yep.
But I don't know if he. I don't know if
Imagine him
NBA
opposite
NFL,
of
if it,
Devontae Adams with Rodgers. Jesus,
yeah,
That's,
that'd be
scary.
sick.
that'd be scary.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy, man. We talked about Josh Gordon having 1,900 lives. AB, man, if he found a way back, that's another brother. And I don't even understand it. Like, 'cause
I think AB didn't surpass Josh. in
yeah,
part-
he's
I'm
Josh
just-
I'm
immensely
saying,
more
that's-
talented than Josh.
Well, and most of Josh's
Well, I'm talking about just-
most of Josh's stuff though is
Oh, you're
just
talking about his craziness, Papa
Yeah.
Joe?
I'm talking about
drug shit,
I'm talking
right?
about his lives. How many lives he's had?
No,
Yeah.
but I mean, like, but most of Josh stuff is.
Oh
just-
yeah, it was weed.
It's his drug addiction or his weed addiction, whatever. The AB is just crazy. Like,
yeah.
100%.
there's like
Like,
people
it-
have said, there's got to be some CTE there somewhere, but
Well, like
I don't
if
think
he's
so because he did like Rick said earlier, there was some stuff back from his college
Yeah.
playing days that were
Yeah.
College,
Insane.
Pittsburgh,
yeah,
Pittsburgh didn't
Yeah.
said stuff.
yeah.
Well,
was
Ryan
there,
Clark
yes, when he
said
was
as soon
there.
as he gets paid, he's going to go crazy, and sure enough, he
Mhm.
started being real demanding.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's a different breed. And honestly, we take all the football stuff that we've seen in the spotlight, and he grew up in a very interesting area, So
Sure.
there's probably a lot of different things that
I can
factor
argue
that.
too that I think that position kind of lends itself to narcissism and craziness, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I love receivers.
I mean,
always-
he's hurt.
always
He's
say
hurt. If he's
I
legitimately
want your
hurt.
receiver to be a little, egotistical and have that, I feel like you need
Sure.
that in order to be great. Granted,
'Cause
Calvin
you look-
Johnson
mhm.
was never that guy, and he was great. Jerry Rice.
Yeah, I'll say
No.
there's a few guys. Yep, him, Larry.
Larry.
I equate
Yeah.
receivers and two guards. Those feel similar to me.
Yeah, I would agree 100% with that. So,
All right.
all right, keep it pushing.
Yeah,
Coaches?
Harbaugh back to the NFL.
Yeah.
I'm
From
50-50 on
Michigan?
Harbaugh.
So-
I'm hearing the Giants and the Raiders.
Yep, those
I
are
heard the
seem to
Bears
be
too.
the
He
Bears
wants a
too.
young quarterback. for
Giants,
whatever.
Bears, and
Ooh.
Raiders seem to be the three right
Go
now.
to the Bears. Go to the
Well,
Bears.
let me ask
I
you
like
guys
that.
this. Let me ask you guys this. If you're Harbaugh, what he's done in Michigan, he could stay there for as long as he wants and get paid as much or more than a pro coach, because we all know that in the pros you're hired to be fired, whereas he can be Krzyzewski in Michigan if he wanted to.
Yeah.
I probably would take that. He's been in the pros already, but to everybody's point, the NFL is the pinnacle, and
True.
being referred as one of the best coaches in the NFL is, I don't know if there's any.
Remember though, he was on the hot seat before
Yeah,
this
but
season
but this
because he
season,
couldn't beat Ohio State.
right?
Right.
He did that though. He did that, and
He-
look at
he
his
finally got
win-loss
that.
record. But look at his win-loss record at Michigan. He's got a great win-loss record. He just couldn't, get over the hump. But that's Ohio State. That's to be
Right.
expected. But you are hired to beat Ohio
But I think
State.
you're also seeing a lot of coaches in college football now realizing that this NIL is
That's what I was gonna
causing
say.
a lot
Yeah,
of issues.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
So, I mean, you got a guy who was just Caleb Williams at Oklahoma is a prime example. Dude becomes a starter. Spencer Rattler says, I'm transferring. Caleb Williams now is transferring, but it's based off of who's going to give him the most NLI money.
Yep.
So
Oh, shit.
it's becoming now.
Where's he going?
Which donor's going to come up? He's down to
Mhm.
4 schools, one of them being UCLA, but that ain't going to happen. Okay, ain't nobody going to
Right.
give him enough money. I think Miami's the other one.
Oh.
There's
Miami,
2 other
okay.
schools, and it doesn't even look like Oklahoma's in the running. So
Right.
it looks like he's leaving. So,
So-
I don't know, man. Like maybe Harbaugh's just seeing the writing on the wall because he already had like 3 or 4
That's it.
guys declare for the draft, and he also already had 2 or 3 guys that are saying that they're transferring
Talk that
off of a
talk.
team that just had a chance to be in the championship, to
Right.
get to the championship game. So it could be one of those things where it's like, I'm already starting to deal with professionals anyways. Might as well go to the professional league and
Well,
not have to worry about recruiting and being all over the place, 12 months out of the year versus,
I think
7
the
months out of the year.
I think the NCAA job is going to be a lot more stressful than the big.
I think so too. I think you're going to
Right.
basically almost have to have somebody who's like not a capologist, but somebody who's out there trying to get donor money to pay guys. I mean,
Yep.
But
it's-
playing Monday
it's
morning
pretty
quarterback, we kind of threw this out when
Yeah.
when they talked about compensating, amateur athletes, and
right.
we didn't know, we still don't know to what extent this is going to do, but the extenuating circumstances of,
I think it should have just
compensating
been a
this-
simple stipend.
I think
You
it should have
know,
been, or it should have been a pot of money,
Right.
a pot of money, and
Yeah, and it gets divvied up amongst all players on your program type thing. Like you got 85 players in the program, they all get this dollar amount for being in the program for living expenses or whatever, FU
Do
money
you
because
guys-
they're already on campus and everything's paid for. But that's the route that I think college athletics should have gone. But we'll see. So the sad thing is the kid from Ohio State, the quarterback, CJ Stroud, he was the top NIL guy this last year. He actually he made more off of NIL than Jordan Love in his rookie contract in the NFL. And, so it's like,
Wow.
we're seeing this bleed into high school. We're seeing this bleed
Oh,
like
yeah,
these high school
absolutely.
guys are getting
Yeah.
paid for their likeness now too. It's just,
oh yeah.
So is
I don't know
JSU
what's-
paying people? Because they just signed another top recruit, right?
Right.
Yeah, they
So,
got two. They got
did.
2 top
They-
recruits
They
actually.
got
Yeah.
2 top
Yeah.
recruits.
So
Prime time and
maybe
his-
Dion,
I-
maybe Dion's throwing some cash their way. Who knows?
I'm saying
I think
It
he's
could
got
be.
enough
You never know.
people in his,
Right.
in his Rolodex to where
Right.
Sure.
it's
Here's
like
the thing, though.
Uncle
Let's
Luke.
see. You got to see what happens, right? Let's see if you going to Jackson State and playing for Dion, if it equates to you moving on to the
Right,
next
right.
level or not.
I
You
think
know,
it will.
and what the hype is.
I'm
Well, we'll see.
telling you.
Let's-
I
let's
think
hope
hopefully
it
it
does.
does. Hopefully,
Let's hope
The
it
hopefully,
does.
transition is happening.
Hopefully
y'all.
it does, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
you know?
and I think even more going down the road, we're going to be looking at this 3 to 5 years down the road, and you're going to see a lot more prime time top hires in
But
programs, bigger
let me
programs.
ask-
I think they're going to change.
let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this real quick, because you're talking about him getting people to go over there, which is a thing right now with the 2 recruits.
Mhm.
But then, so look at all these guys who are, let's say, Trey Lance, right? He went to North Dakota,
Right.
which is still more competition than Jackson and I
Jackson
mean Carson.
State.
Those caliber of players. And then the first thing they ask though is, oh, look at these numbers. First question is, well, what kind of competition was he going against?
Right. They always
So
say
you go
that.
to Jackson, you're gonna go to Jackson State and you're gonna play like Appalachian State, who's actually like a higher known program. You might play North Dakota, who's supposed to run that conference or whatever the case is. But then it's like, how good are those players actually? We know you're the number 1 recruit when you came out, but then you're going against guys who are not even ranked for the most part.
I think that's going to change as well.
Well, I think what we're going to see, and I think you guys already
Maybe.
alluded to it, is the Deion Sanders type. Like Deion Sanders isn't long at Jackson State. Let's be honest, right? He's
No,
not.
he basically
not long at
told
Jackson State.
everybody the reason why
Yeah.
the one kid is with him at Jackson State is because Florida State didn't hire him. That's the only reason why.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
he came out and said it. He's like, this is on you guys for not hiring me at Florida State. I took your top player. He came here instead. So, I mean, I don't see him being long at Jackson State either. Somebody's going to
Gonna
take a
change the
flyer
game.
on him. Somebody is.
Yeah.
He's going to move on to a top D1 program at some point in time. But I just don't know where it all is going. You know, I mean, you can still
Mhm.
almost look at a fact. I mean, look at the bowl game that Jackson State was in this year. They got blown out.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
got
the
blown out.
thing.
So
He gets
And-
first school that hires him, like you said, maybe it's Florida State, and then you got to be the first school to fire him.
mhm.
Like, what if it doesn't work out? You know what I mean? Obviously we're all pulling for Prime, but then once it doesn't work out, where it's like I don't have the same everything like I did at Jackson State,
Right.
and it's like, okay, now I got to fire, bro, because like you said, his first competition at a bowl game, he gets beat on.
Mhm.
And that team was
don't
barely
know.
above 500, I think, right? I mean, they were
Yeah,
good, but
they were both
record-wise
they were
were-
both bowl eligible basically.
right. I think they
So-
were like 6-5 or something
I
like
think there
that.
are
6 and
other
6.
factors in that, but
6 and 6.
I don't,
Oh shit.
I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I think the way that things are changing with NIL, recruiting is going to be obviously affected, as we alluded to, and all that. The price
And I know, but-
going to be as hard.
But then like you look at, this is only the first year too. You look at schools like, well, let's just say Alabama right now, right?
Mhm.
Alabama's still getting all their guys regardless.
Yeah, no, Alabama's going to continue.
Oh
to
no, that's
stay
what I'm
with that.
saying. Certain
But
schools are
that's-
still going to always get their guys. It's like
But then you go to, but
if
you go to
Prime
Florida
pulls
State,
one or two of these
Mhm.
guys, I mean, I guess it just also depends on what positions they're playing. Because right now, Prime's got his son playing quarterback.
Right.
Well, you guys said
So-
it too. That transfer window, even if Prime gets these guys, how long are
Doesn't
they
mean
going
that
to stay?
they
How
may
long are
not
they
stay
stay?
for very long.
Mhm.
Yeah, they
And I
may.
don't
They
think
gotta be there
Prime's
2 years?
into college for the long haul either.
They don't
I
have to
think
stay
this
for
is a
2.
stepping stone to get in the NFL.
No, it's just one.
You can transfer. You can go down there for your first year, redshirt, and transfer
Mhm.
still. There's no more.
Mhm.
You got to stay here for so long. No, you transfer whenever you. And not only that, you can transfer every single year if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'm biased, so I watch USC, and then all these ever since Lincoln got hired, everybody's leaving and coming
Yep.
over, except
Yep.
for that one
Except for
quarterback.
the quarterback,
He
Caleb
just transferred
Williams.
to Pitt. Yeah,
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 I'm not.
yeah, there's a-
I'm not
there's a-
happy about that.
Nah, it's gonna be
I'm not happy.
interesting.
Bob, you can
let's-
smile
let's-
again.
It's
Let's
okay,
keep pushing
man.
and let's keep on coaches though, shall we? Let's get back to the league. Matt Nagy was told he was going to be out as a Bears coach. We'll see what happens with that. But we did
Mhm.
see Vic Fangio get the axe
Mhm.
before Red Monday. What other casualties do we think is going to happen?
real quick, I
Oh.
just seen on Twitter that Jay Glazer just said they're going to be 2 like real surprises come Monday, as far as coaches getting fired. So
Mm,
I don't know.
Like
I don't know
McCarthy?
who's the.
On another
No.
note, what's Robert doing?
I don't know. Don't want to know. You know what though?
What's he
Honestly,
doing?
I could see Seattle moving on from Pete.
Yeah.
I can.
That doesn't make sense to me, but I mean,
But
when
why
there's smoke,
doesn't
there's
it?
fire. So
But
Well,
why?
why-
That's
but
the only way. If that's the only way you can keep Russ in Seattle is to move on from
Oh,
Pete
well,
and get
I
somebody
didn't-
else there, then
well,
I think you might. Have
another
I didn't
thing,
know-
too,
I didn't know they
I
had. I didn't know they had.
I think
issues
I
like
think
that.
that I think the writing's been on the wall since the smoke came last year with Russ saying, I want to be traded to only this team, and this team. There has to be something there.
But another thing too with
So-
Pete is his message gets. This is 7 years of his rah. It happened at SC too. I know the other things happen, sanctions, but his
Mhm.
message gets stale because you can only be so rah for so long until people stop
Right.
buying in and listening.
But too about Pete too. They the first maybe year or two when he was there, they had the Legion already, obviously. But when he
Right.
drafted those guys, it was easier for him because I think somebody was talking about it. Like he recruited those guys,
Right.
so
Oh,
he
for
knew.
sure.
He,
Yeah.
he knew that Taylor Mays was amazing for me at USC, but I did try to get Earl Thomas in over here.
Right.
So that's
But
why I went
he
with
also
Earl
but he
versus-
also
What
was
happened
able
to Taylor
to.
Mays?
But remember, when they won, it
Sorry,
was because
Throwing shade,
Russell
Jamal.
Wilson
Why you
wasn't
throwing
being
shade?
paid yet.
You're supposed to be great.
You guys got to remember that too, right? A lot
well,
of
I think
a
it was
lot of
more the
times these
Legion
teams,
than Russ. Right?
No, but a lot of this time, the reason why you
Mhm.
had such a dominating defense was because they were able to
Mhm.
pay those guys a lot more because you weren't
Mhm.
having to pay Russ, right? He was still on
Mhm,
rookie contract. It's no different than
His-
KC right now. KC,
his backup-
KC,
his
it's
backup
no
was
different than
making more than him.
Dallas for my team, right? We just gave Dak
Mhm.
all that money. If you don't structure the
Mhm.
contract a certain way, you end up starting to go, okay, I can't pay these three guys anymore.
You got to
And
rob
now
Peter,
they-
pay Paul.
they got
Is
they,
it- is
they
it-
got to go bye. So
Isn't Dak's contract real top heavy right now? Like the first year anyway? I'm
Yeah,
just
he's
asking
getting
just
like
to ask.
70
I thought
million
it
this
was.
year.
yeah,
He's getting
Yeah.
like 70 million this year.
right. But they did his contract a different way. They went top heavy
Mhm.
early, and it comes down as far as the guaranteed
Oh,
money
I-
on the contract.
Words,
So-
words of wisdom to kids getting
your money.
signed. Get the Bobby Bonilla contract, boys.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Get that.
Is he
And
still
he's
getting
still get-
paid? Shoot.
Still is.
I-
Still
yeah,
is.
I
He
think-
still
I
has
think
like
so.
5 more years, I think.
I thought it was
2026, I
22.
believe. Something like
Yeah,
that.
I think
was
he's
it
still got
2026?
4 or
Jesus
5 more
Christ.
years with the Mets, and I think he
Man.
still has money coming from the.
Pirates.
There was another team. It was either the Pirates or the Phillies. One of the other teams that he got traded to also put in money to. There's a few guys that actually have it. It's just
Yeah.
Bonilla is the most famous one because it's
Yeah.
$1 million.
Dodgers still playing Darren Dreifert?
I think he
Wouldn't
fell off
doubt
the
it.
books.
Wouldn't doubt. Wait, Lakers are still paying. What's his name?
What's his
Luau.
name?
This
He
is
just
last
yeah,
year.
Luau.
Luau?
He just chimed
say
in.
Lou.
He just chimed in on that.
Luau Deng.
And they're paying 2 coaches still, I think.
Yeah.
Probably.
Byron Scott's still, I think, getting paid.
Yeah.
Well, Gilbert Arenas was getting paid. Not
Yeah,
too
he was
long
still
ago,
getting
and
paid
His
for a
contract
while.
was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back to
Alright.
the NFL. Teams getting
Yeah.
fired or coach getting
Who
fired.
else?
I'm, tr-
Who
I'm
else?
trying
can
to
you
think. It's a surprise.
Well, Matt Rule's
one.
staying. Matt Rule's staying.
Mhm.
Right.
They already
just
said that. Carolina already said
That
that.
dude is that dude from. Well, I don't know if he's getting. I don't think it's a surprise hire. The coach for the Raiders, the special teams guy who got promoted,
Oh,
right?
Yeah, but that's
He
a-
might,
that's
he
not-
might not be their head coach.
That's not a surprise fire, though, right?
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
not. Yeah,
when
no.
you're talking surprise firings, it's like who?
Surprise fire. Are they getting rid of Zimmer in Minnesota?
yeah. Zimmer's gonna be.
Isn't
but
Shanahan?
that wouldn't
wasn't
be a
Shanahan on the hot
surprise, though.
seat?
But
Shanahan was on the hot seat.
but is Zimmer
Oh,
Zimmer
Kyle,
a
really?
surprise at this point?
Yeah.
I don't
Would
think
Zimmer be a
so.
surprise? They were already talking that he was on the
Yeah,
hot seat.
I don't think
Oh,
that's
no,
a
I just
surprise.
I just don't believe in firing coaches just to fire them. Like, what do you
Yeah,
like?
no,
He's
I
probably the.
agree, but it happens.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
no,
does
it does.
happen.
It does for sure.
In Minnesota's situation, who you're going to get that's better than Zimmer right now? Zimmer's been a
Exactly.
Well, but
solid
I think it's the
coach
same
there.
thing. But
Exactly.
I think it's the same thing up there,
You can't
right?
get
Same thing
over
with
the
Pete
hump.
though.
The guys are over the whole
His message.
Zimmer attitude in the message. So is it time to make a change?
Well, it's like with Marty Schottenheimer. He would always win a ton of games, make the playoffs, and then not win, right?
Right.
And they let go of him, but they were perennial winners for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was 14
But
years.
you gotta think about like so dudes like Zimmer, right? He's in the conference or division or whatever with Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers,
Mhm.
the way it looks now, he ain't going nowhere anytime soon. He's probably gonna get a
Right.
super fat contract. They'll lock up Devontae Adams
Right.
for however
Because
they
he
do
already
that.
said
It's
he
like,
wants to stay. Yeah.
right.
His
but then it's
contract
like,
will mimic
how-
Rogers probably
But then you won't be able to
Well,
sign
as far as,
nobody
like,
else.
for length.
But then, like, how the hell do you
Right.
expect anybody to be successful in that division when Aaron Rodgers is there? You know what I mean?
Well, that's the
Well,
whole
you-
reason why people say, why would Aaron leave? You already got 6 wins in your
Mhm.
pocket, right?
problem
In
is-
that division.
There's not enough Jeff Galulis and there's not enough Bounty Gate guys because that would be me. I'll probably get out of the league, but I'm breaking somebody's leg. We got to win.
Is Brian Flores a
Surprise?
surprise fire in Miami?
Ooh, I think it would be.
I would be
personally.
surprised. I would be surprised on that.
Is
I
there
would be
talks of
surprised
him
if
being
it
fired?
No, but that's why.
No,
it's
but
a
I think he's
surprise.
just looking at it. That's why.
Or what about,
that's why it would be a surprise.
surprise?
Exactly.
Sorry,
I
Kim.
did
Surprise,
see that
yo.
the
Surprise.
Texans might be moving on from their guy.
Yeah, but the text. He's a. Wasn't he just
They
a
have-
throw-in guy?
No,
or
he's-
what?
No, he
was
Well,
got
he's-
I
hired.
mean,
Oh, he got hired.
they hired
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Oh, but the
I-
Texans
I-
have been a dumpster.
Texas
fire.
is-
The
yeah,
only one's
Texans
been
are
worse
dumpster
has been the
fire.
Jags. The Texans have been a
Is,
dumpster. fire.
is it not a
Right.
creative coach? I feel like they have a creative coach in New York. No, they got Robert Saleh. Whatever his name.
Solid,
is.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
solid.
the
and
Giants
Jets.
coach is
That's-
he fired yet?
That's John Judge. No, he's or is
Oh,
it
I-
Joe
Judge?
Judge.
Right?
Joe
Joe Judge.
Joe Judge.
Joe
Joe
Judge.
Judge. He's
Mike-
still
yeah,
not
that's right. Mike
gone.
Judge
He's
is
still not
my
fired
head.
yet.
Isn't he
That's
this?
right.
Wasn't he like the special teams coordinator?
Because they said just a while back.
Patriots?
I don't remember, but didn't they just said not that long ago that both Judge and Jones were going to be back? The Giants came out and said that.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
sounds
yeah.
like
Gonna
that
run it
sounds
back
like
for
the
one more
kiss
year.
of death to me.
Well, it can be,
And
that's
the,
true.
And the GM. And
That's
the GM.
true. So Fangio's gone. I'm
Uh,
just trying to think like who else gets.
So I have all the teams.
Oh,
pulled right now.
maybe the Cleveland coach.
Yeah.
You think so?
I can
Really?
see that. I can
Dude,
see
Baker
that.
Mayfield's already asking to be traded. I'm seeing a lot of chatter about him saying he wants to be traded, but that's stupid too.
Baker
Who's going to take Baker Mayfield?
Well, no one's
Baker
going to pay.
sucks.
No one's going
Baker
to pay that
sucks.
contract that he was thinking. He should have signed that contract last year
Should've.
that they
Baker's-
offered him. So
Baker sucks.
Yeah,
that's the
Baker's
only guy I can
garbage.
think of right now that would be like like you said, maybe a Shanahan if things fucking
Maybe-
fall apart.
Yeah, I think
You
Or
know,
Harbaugh and freaking
Oh,
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
No, Harbaugh.
I don't think he should be, but I'm
He's
saying
not
that would be
anywhere.
a surprise.
That'd be a
fire to me.
surprise. It would be a surprise
because they didn't make the playoff. They were
Hold on.
8-3 and leading their
Hold on.
division. And if
I'm gonna
they
throw this out here,
Go ahead.
and I'm sorry, Bob. I'm gonna throw this out here
No.
because there's been a lot of chatter about the appreciation for this man. Do y'all think Mike Tomlin is gone?
I don't
No.
There's been a
15
ton of talk.
15
About-
straight,
No,
but
for
15
sure.
straight
For
season
sure.
winning seasons. How do you can't that would okay. Talk
That
about
would be a
surprise
surprise.
that would
If
be
you
a
fire
huge
him,
surprise.
That would
be the one.
I don't
that'd be crazy.
I don't see a Tomlin being fired. I could see him saying, "I'm done. I need a new challenge. I need to go somewhere else."
What,
But
a
he
Bill
does it on
Cowher?
his
You about
own.
to you about to
He does
you
it
about
on
to
his own.
but
Not
you about to
necessarily
you about to the new challenge right now about to be rebuild this team. Find your new quarterback
right.
Yeah.
No,
because
that's true.
they have a hella roster.
That's true.
hell of a
And dude,
roster.
he's so beloved in Pittsburgh. I just don't. I
Well,
don't see
Coach
that
doesn't
family
love
firing
but
him.
That's not saying.
But then
that's
you could
not saying
also, you
I
could
know.
also say that
There's a
too
lot of
about
people who
all
feel
these
that
other
way about
coaches. These long in the tooth coaches who's been there so long, like is his message being, falling
Right.
on deaf ears? I don't see
Right.
that, but maybe they can say that because me
I'm
and
just
me and
saying,
somebody
yeah,
else.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Rick.
Go ahead.
No, it's kind of different. It's kind of off topic in a sense. But go ahead.
Okay. Oh, I was just gonna say I always find it to be sort of like that kiss of death when when the media starts to really give somebody their flowers too much almost.
Mhm.
And there's been a ton of talk in this past week about Mike Tomlin and the things that he's done.
Mhm.
Right.
Anything from obviously dealing with AB to the 15 straight without a losing record to
Yep.
just all
Mhm.
sorts of stuff to where obviously
They-
in Pittsburgh they're getting ready to make a new era happen without Ben.
Right.
Mhm.
They might do the same thing with Tomlin too.
Well, they rumored him to SC for I don't know why, but they rumored him
Oh,
to SC
hell
all the
no.
months
Right.
ago.
Oh,
you
he
know what
was
I mean?
pissed about that.
No.
He
I'm
was-
talking about to be
no,
the
I know
NFL
Tomlin
coach,
was
the
pissed about
head
that,
coach,
having
I'm
to answer
He
that.
said the
question.
only thing that would be worse if they were talking about him going to UCLA. Shit.
But
Fuck out of here.
no,
Bob.
maybe what you call it? Maybe what you call it? Juan Rivera in Washington.
Oh,
Mm,
Ron Rivera.
I don't know.
he said Juan.
was it,
I love
Juan.
it.
I mean, that would be a
No, no,
surprise.
no,
It'd be
no.
it'd be a surprise. Yeah, well, you know the
What?
what? What about? Hey, I'm just throwing it out there. What about the Buffalo Bills head coach?
That'd be
Dermot.
crazy.
That's a surprise. That'd be a surprise.
That'd be a
That'd be a
surprise.
surprise.
But I
You
mean,
know what?
literally,
Hey.
you're the head coach, and you've literally gone away completely from any type of a run game. Like that's on
crazy.
you. That's you as the
Let
head
him
coach.
go and bring him back to Philly, please.
You want McDermott back
As
instead of your
what?
current guy?
As what, a head coach?
As the coach. Run or the D coordinator. That's fine.
You better
Are you
leave
kidding me?
Flower
McDermott?
Nick Sirianni alone. He was our defensive coordinator before he left.
No, Sirianni's hot garbage, Mr.
No,
Chong.
get rid of Sirianni.
That guy's
He
hot
got me.
garbage.
He got me.
Hey, you
he got
guys,
me
you guys
wins.
can take pretty boy. What's our coach's name? You guys can have that dude too.
Kingsbury.
No,
You guys can
no.
take Kingsbury too.
Cliff.
No, if we're gonna bring an ex Eagle back, we're gonna bring back Harborough.
I mean, which is fine, I guess. But I
But I
don't
seen
know.
this stat. I did see this stat that said no coach has ever won a Super Bowl with two different teams. So I don't know if John's gonna be that guy.
Right. Now I feel like for us, we really need something on the defensive end. We ain't had nothing since Johnson. But anyways, let's wrap this thing up. It's that time.
Rest in peace,
Yeah.
Johnson.
Yeah, we got to wrap this thing up. So, hey, we appreciate everybody for tapping in, staying tuned, and all that type of stuff. I'm sorry we started late. We were having too much fun in the pregame. Next week we'll be on time.
Suckers.
I hope you will be too. Y'all have a good, safe week. We'll see you next one. All right. Till then.
Go Birds,
we
go
out.
Niners.
Go
No
Birds.
lambs. No lambs.
Go Rams, baby.
Go
Rams.
Niners, go Niners and Seahawks.
Lakers, can y'all play with consistency, like in a good way?
I
Can we
agree.
run off
I
8
agree.
straight Lakers, please?
Yeah.
So I can come back and start watching the games and not taping them.
Please.
You tape them anyway.
Hey, there's
It
a-
doesn't matter.